Family of Brady Killerlane, Michelle and Patrick. Family of Peter Ing, Laura. Family of Owen Croak, Sarah and Mike. Family of Pierce Evans, Jennifer and Rito. Family of Cameron Reuter, Susie and Tom. Family of Trevor Ogden, Robin and Dan.
I can do that.
Family of Gavin Pouch, April and Brendan.
Better?
Family of Fabian Jackson,
Same.
Mabel and Wilmer.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I won't.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Family of Tyler and Grant Dahlhauser, Lori and Scott. Family of Sam McCardle, Jamie. Family of Cody Cummings, Leslie and John.
Hey, Ron, you still there?
Family of Walter.
Hey,
Olson,
did you? What'd you find out about your neck?
Family of Braden Gravigal, Susie and Greg.
Oh, so they okay.
Suzanne and Greg, pardon me. Family of Carter Vaughn, Michelle and Frank. Just so you know, halfway there. Family of Avery Wright, Jessica. Family of Dylan Massey, Stephanie and Lance. Family of Caden Eastland, Keelan,
Okay.
Carly
Well,
and
we're
Andy.
listening.
Yep.
Family of Cody Marin, Lisa and Rod. Family of Kevin Clark, Karen and Tom. Family of Sam Wood, Sandra and John. Family of Presley Mackesy, Katie and Pat. Family of Garrett Hansen, Kathy and Dave. Family of Warren Stern, Michael. Family of Mason Vaughn, Michelle and Frank.
Make sure you don't say new here. The New
Yeah,
Balance.
no fooling.
Family of Owen Garrett, Jen and Matt.
All right.
Got it.
Family of Brooks Goff, Jeannie and Mark. Family of Caden Cornstead, Jen and Matt. Family of Tyler Lewick, Jennifer and Dave. Family of Nolan Johnson, Amy and Jason. Family of Jackson Croson, Molly and PJ.
We're going on soon here, Justin.
Family of Hayden Eccles, Dana and Marshall. Family of Nathan Wilcox, Chrissy and Tim. Family of Sam Susky, Renee and Troy. Family of Jake Doctor, Becky and Greg. Family of Kristen Schlicht, Becky and Kelly. Family of Blake Moran, Debbie and Brandon. Family of Jacob Sale, Kim and Karsten.
This MG Football broadcast is brought to you by the Hummer Home Team from Remax Preferred and the Bank of Sunbury, the right balance. Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Martinelli alongside my longtime broadcast partner, Bob Schmuck. It's an absolutely beautiful night out here at Clement Field, wouldn't you say, Bob?
Oh, could not be nicer. Perfect weather for football. Not a whisper of breeze. No excuses for either team as far as the weather goes.
Absolutely not. Now, the Silver Eagles, as you might have heard last week, had a kind of rough time of it in Wanakee. Not a huge surprise, but the extent of the surprise was greatly a surprise.
Greatly a surprise.
Surprisingly. Tonight, we face the Reedsburg Beavers. Reedsburg took on the Oregon Panthers last week, supposedly one of the better teams in the Badger South Conference, and easily handled them 20-6. Bob, what are your takeaways from last week's game?
Well, we're going to make last week's games recap short, and then we're just going to sweep it under the rug and be done with it.
Well put.
Wanakee walloped Monona Grove last week, 54-6. I looked as far back as I could find as far as worst losses go in Monona Grove history, and this ranks up there. The fact that they gave up 54 points in our years playing, Steve. I don't think we've ever seen that. And you've got the stats right there. And the 48-point loss, I mean, that's in the top 5 as far as worst losses in MG history. Now,
we're not going to dwell on that.
That's right. There were some good things that came out of that. First of all, let's just say Waunakee is completely reloaded. They said maybe Waunakee would have a little bit of a down year. They were wrong. They have completely reloaded their team. Their quarterback is excellent. Caden Nelson, he went 12 for 16 last week, threw for over 200 yards, had 3 touchdowns, and most of his throws were right on the money. They have an excellent receiver in Caden Lewis that took over for Sawyer Maley. Another kid that when the ball is anywhere near him, he's going to catch it, as evidenced by the Hail Mary pass at the end of the first half. And they have a terrific backup running back, because the running back they were counting on this year, Will Ross, was on the sideline in a boot. Their backup man, Alec Morgan, went for 160 yards and 3 scores. So don't tell me this is going to be a down year for Waunakee.
You're not buying that one, huh?
MG, on the other hand, now their numbers are down. They only have 14 seniors and 15 juniors on the team, only 29 underclassmen. So they've filled out the rest of the roster with sophomores. Some sophomores actually saw a lot of action last week.
Absolutely.
And we saw some good things. Cam Benke came out. He's the quarterback for Monona Grove this year, and he hadn't really had much varsity experience. He's just a junior. He came out and he threw the ball pretty well. I thought he threw the ball with a lot of mustard on it, and I thought he was throwing the ball at least certainly within catchable vicinity of his receivers. His receivers, with the exception of Cam Reuter, all brand new this year. And all the skill positions are brand new this year. Now, we did not see Brady Killerlane in the offense last week, and we don't see him on the field during warm-ups this week. So we're not sure if he's injured or what's going on with Brady. We don't expect to see him on the field tonight. But we did see Fabian Jackson, a sophomore, who went for 65 yards last week, Steve. And, in fact, on one series, didn't he carry the ball 7 or 8 times in a row?
Yeah, Fabian had a great game. Considering it's his first varsity game, he picked up 65 yards on 16 carries. I was really impressed by him. He showed a little shiftiness and some good second-effort push. I think they're going to need him and Ty Hoyer, another sophomore, to have good games tonight.
Well, and Ty Hoyer got a lot of time on the field last week. Both of these kids are sophomores. Hoyer, a little rough go of it, running the ball, only 9 yards receiving, but he had 53 yards, or only 9 yards rushing, 53 yards receiving on 3 catches last week, and showed really good speed, good hands. Jackson also ran tough between the tackles and showed good speed. So I think there's a lot to take away from last week, regardless of the score.
Now, that's on the offensive side of the ball, Bob. What have you got to say about the MG defense?
Well, let's talk about the defense in relation to Reedsburg.
All right, let's do that.
We're done with Waunakee. That was a bad loss, and like Steve said to open, we weren't surprised that they lost, but we were a little surprised by how bad the score ended up. But let's talk about Reedsburg a little bit. Their offense is completely focused on what's called the flex bone. The flex bone, Steve, as you know, is a triple option offense, and it's almost entirely a running offense. Very difficult to pass out of that offense.
Last time when these two teams met, it was 2016. Silver Eagles won that game 20-0. Reedsburg attempted 6 passes in the game, completed none of them, and yet they hung pretty close. They didn't have that ability to catch up quick. And I think, Bob, you mentioned before we went on the air that Reedsburg is in trouble if they get behind early against MG.
And that's a trademark of Reedsburg's teams, because since Coach Brian Pottinger has been there, and this is his 14th year, they have exclusively run what's called the flex bone. Now, the flex bone goes by other names. It's also called the veer. If anybody remembers Don Morton as coach of the Badgers, he ran the veer here with limited success. Both of them are direct descendants of what was known as the wishbone offense, which Oklahoma ran to perfection back in the 70s. But times have changed, and you don't see that offense being used in college or the pros anymore. Pretty much the flex bone or the wishbone or whatever you want to call it is used almost exclusively in high school now.
The military academies are big. I think 3 of the 4 military academies are using the flex bone right now. It's real interesting because it works to the advantage of a team with fewer numbers, smaller players, but they have to have the fast players to do it. And the way I've heard Reedsburg described is they've got a fullback who's an absolute hammer, Joe Stotts, and then 3 guys that run on the track team.
Well, and that's exactly what you need. You need a fullback that is a fire plug, a guy that just can plow through the line because he's going to do it on every play. The fullback is hit on every single play. Every play in the flex bone.
Every play?
And you'll watch it tonight. Every time they run a play, you are going to see the fullback getting hit. And that leaves your halfbacks, which line up on the flank, and your quarterback to be your other options. And those are the guys that can really, really burn it down the sidelines. And you're right, Steve, about the passing. I mean, look at last week's game. Reedsburg won 20-6. They only threw 3 passes, completed 1.
Yep.
But they had 3 guys run for over 70 yards.
And they spread the ball around to 4 guys who had 10 carries
Exactly.
or more. So you never know who's going to get the ball in this kind of offense.
And when Reedsburg won the Division III state championship game in 2009, they used this offense, and they had, I believe, 3 runners that year that were either over 1,000 yards or darn close.
So it's going to be a real interesting test of the Silver Eagle defense, which early on everybody identified as the weak spot because they had no returning starters.
And this is a really hard defense for a team that has that is completely green on defense, like Monona Grove, because most teams nowadays do some sort of version of the spread offense or a pro-style offense. Not very many teams run this flex bone, and if you don't have any experience with it, it is easy to bite on what is essentially could be 2 to 3 fakes on every single play.
Hey, Bob, I just want to say you're listening to the Wisconsin Broadcaster Association 2018 Station of the Year, 98.7 WVMO, the voice of Monona. Thank you for watching and listening to Monona Grove Silver Eagle Football on the Monona Community Media Network, live streaming on YouTube and on the radio at 98.7 FM WVMO.
So I was reading a little bit more about the Flexbone online, and a lot of defenses, a lot of teams that are facing a Flexbone offense change their defense. If they don't normally run a 3-4 defense, they change it that week and run it because the blocking then is there's more linebackers to block, more moving parts. It's harder to get a hat on those guys because they're up, they're a few yards back, and they're moving toward the ball already. So these Flexbone offenses love a 4 or 5-man defensive line.
Oh, yeah. They almost make it sound as if they're at an advantage to have those extra players because they're always having these 3-on-2 matchups. You know, it's almost as if they have more players on the field than the defense.
So anyway, I think it's really going to be a stiff test for these young guys on the defensive side of the ball. Let's talk about the offense a little bit. The offense, they only scored 1 touchdown last week, Steve. What are they going to have to do to get things rolling tonight?
I think they're going to have to dominate the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's a basic of every high school football game. Like we've said for years and years, dominate the line, don't make mistakes. If they can run the ball against these guys, they'll be able to pass the ball. If they can do both those things, I think they put up some points. We've got some good athletes on this squad. They're inexperienced, yes, but I think they're very athletic, as most MG's teams are, and a huge offensive line. We watch those guys trot out there, and they're 250, 260 pounds across the line on an average, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, and I would say that was probably the biggest plus that we saw at Wanakee last week was the offensive line gave Cam Banky and Casey Marin time to throw. Now, they couldn't always get the pass off because of the defensive coverage. Wanakee had excellent coverage on the wide receivers and the other potential receivers. But the line gave Cam Banky and Casey Marin time to throw, and they blocked reasonably well in the running game. The defense for Wanakee is an excellent defense. You're only going to be just so good against them each week.
All right, we're going to step out quick for the national anthem. Stay tuned. Football from John Clement Athletic Complex in Monona, Wisconsin. Coming up shortly. This is WVMO LP Monona. Boy, that MG band is in mid-season form, aren't they, Bob?
Hey, they wasn't bad.
Hey, before we get into this, I want to wish good luck to Colin Larsh tonight, kicking for the UW Badgers, one of our MG Silver Eagles in the big time. They're underway finally. Badgers have the ball to start the game. No scoring yet, so let's hope Colin gets lots of opportunities for extra points tonight.
So anyway, back to tonight's game here. The Monona Grove offense, like I said, did some good things last week. They had one good touchdown drive. Finished it off with a touchdown pass from Cam Banky to, was it Walsh or Houston? They caught that touchdown. Walsh, okay. So Henry Walsh on the catch. Not sure what that was all about.
I'm not sure either.
Anyway.
All right, we're getting ready for the kickoff here. The special teams coaches having their last-minute instructions. Silver Eagles special teams coach, Mark Rundle, as he has been for many years.
So MG, this is going to be a real good game. I mean, as far as seeing what these kids are capable of. All right.
I think my phone is connecting
to
something or other. Let me kill everything it's got going on.
Turn it on to airplane mode, Steve.
No fool.
Wow, that's
all right. Silver Eagles will return the kickoff. Airplane mode it is, Babaloo. All right, number 75, is that Schmidt teeing up for the Beavers. Cam Reuter and number 2, Matusak, isn't that? Dylan Matusak. What the heck? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to shut it off, though. There, it is off. The opening kickoff picked up by Matusak about the 15-yard line. Cuts to his right. Across the 35, down near the 40-yard line. Somebody's phone that's... Yeah, mine is off.
Well, I'm sorry, folks, if you're hearing that. I don't know, Ron, if you're hearing that back at the studio. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm going to turn mine back on so I can give the station ID. Silver Eagles with their first possession of the night. Let's see, we trot out there at quarterback to start things. Let's see, Houston, the tight end. Number 7 out there, Cam Benke, running the offense for the Silver Eagles. He starts with an open backfield.
Banky was the starter last week as well, but left for a few series so Casey Marin, a sophomore, could run the show.
Now Hoyer motions into the backfield. He gets the first handoff, tries to go off tackle, bounces in for a yard or two across the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8 for for the Silver Eagles.
So Hoyer with a 2-yard gain to start. You know, Reedsburg's defense, we really haven't talked about them, but they had an excellent first week against Oregon. Only gave up 52 yards rushing the whole game, 172 yards of total offense.
2nd and 8 for the Silver Eagles. Banky calling the signals. He'll give it to Hoyer again, gets off to the left side. Some running room, first down across the 40-yard line. Nice run by Ty Hoyer.
Nice blocking at the point of attack there by number 72, Blake Moran, who sealed off that edge, gave Hoyer a chance to get the first down. Give him about a 11-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, he's up to the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 MG. Banky looking to throw, going deep over down to the right side. Matusak was open, had a step or two on his man, but the ball overthrown. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Oh, man. Dylan Matusak was open and ran the hitch and go there. The fake pass pulled Matusak's defender off him, and Matusak had at least a yard or two on his man. Unfortunately, the ball overthrown. That could have been 6.
That was a nice play to call that, or a nice opportunity to call that play on. They've run the ball a couple times and got the first down now on 1st and 10. Why not try it? And here's another pass swinging out to the left side. This is Walsh. Walsh got down to about the 48-yard line. About a 3-yard pickup.
How many times did we see Wanakee run that last week where they just threw the ball out to their wide receiver and let him do what he could because the defender was playing so far off?
Nice spot. They put the ball right on the 50-yard line. 3rd and 7 for the Silver Eagles. Hoyer and Benke in the backfield. Benke calling the signals. Now he's clapping. They're changing the play. Now we're ready to go. High snap. Benke looking to throw. Left side. Overthrows.
No, he made the catch.
Oh, did he? That was a great catch.
He's going to be short of the first down. That's number 14, Owen Croak, 6'1 junior.
Croak had lined up on as a flanker or slot receiver on the left side. Yeah, they gave him the catch, but about 3 yards short, 4th and 3.
And MG, looks like they're going to be going for it on 4th and 3. Pretty early in the game, but we'll see.
Splits out to the far side. The tight end on the far side is Houston. Benke changing the play now. You got Matusik, the wide receiver, to this side. Reuter to the other side.
Let's see if they have Benke quick kick. He is the punter on the team, and nobody's deep.
They move Hoyer to the other side of Benke. Here's a snap. Benke, the keeper, has enough for the first down as he gets to the 40-yard line. Good call by the Silver Eagles.
Just a fake to Hoyer, and Hoyer let him into the hole, got the block, and Benke goes for having at least 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, that was a nice play. 1st and 10 MG. Now Matusik splits out far to the far side. Reuter in the slot.
Reedsburg playing a 3-4 defense.
Walsh, the wide receiver on the near side. Think he'll take this snap. He's going to throw again. Left side. Nice pass, incomplete. Right into the hands. Who was that?
That was Henry Walsh. And really good defense there by Casey Campbell, number 3 on Reedsburg. He was right there at the same time as the ball and hammered it out of Walsh's hands.
Casey Campbell, one of those running backs for Reedsburg. You'll probably hear his name a dozen times tonight. All right. 2nd down for the Silver Eagles. Benke ready to take the ball. Now man in motion. He's going to throw again. Coming out to the left side. This is Matusik.
Oh, he's going to go.
Running room down the sidelines. The foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Silver Eagles.
You betcha.
Dylan Matusik with the first score of the night for Monona Grove. Perfectly thrown pass by Ken Benke. Then it was just a foot race. Well, Bob, this is the start we needed.
That's for sure. Now, that was a well-designed play. I'm trying to figure out exactly what happened. If they ran a pick and freed up Matusik, we couldn't see that on the replay. But I suspect the offensive players call that a rub, and defensive players call that a pick. And I suspect what happened there, pick up Matusik's defender because he was wide open down the side.
How many yards did you have that for?
40 yards, Steve.
Albert Houston lining up to attempt the extra point. Snap the kick. Wow.
It's point kicking was taken by check, if you remember
Yes,
correctly.
I do. 19,
I believe.
17. All right, back to we have, let's see, number 3 and 22.
Well, nice job by the offense on that possession.
So for the Beavers, number 3 is Casey Campbell, the aforementioned Casey Campbell. 22, Zach Bester, another one of their running backs. None of their running backs, with the exception of the fullback, Joe Stotts, is very big. None of them go more than 160 pounds. Stotts, though, listed at 6 foot tall, 205 pounds. That's Dan Dinka size. Remember Dan Dinka?
Mm-hmm.
The Mad Dog.
And Stats ran for 74 yards last week and a touchdown on only 10 carries.
So Bester and Campbell deep. Houston ready to kick it for MG. They disperse across the field. Kick it deep there, Ali. This is a nice kick, putting Campbell back about the 6-yard line. He gets across the 10, 15, cutting to the left side, across the 20, and brought down near the 25-yard line.
That was Trevor Ogden, I believe, on the tackle. Number 17. All right, we get to see this flexbone offense we spent about 10 minutes talking about.
The key in all of this is number 9, the quarterback, Ethan Lee. He's the one that starts it off and makes those base decisions, whether to keep or run, pitch or run.
All right. MG running a 4-man line.
Lee up under center. He's got the wishbone formation behind him there. He gives to the fullback. No.
Oh, that ball almost came lost.
22, that was Bester with the carry.
No, that was Lee who kept the ball. And he came close to losing that football. So MG has 10 guys in the box, and you could make an argument saying that they had 11 in the box on that play.
That's one way of covering it, but it also concerns me because if he breaks through that initial line, there's a lot of running room.
Yeah, there's the second level doesn't amount to much when they're that tight. But.
All right, Lee calling the signals on 2nd down. He keeps it, cuts up the left side, thrown down short of the 1st down. In fact, no, he's about a yard or 2 short of it. They'll bring up 3rd and short for the Beavers.
Tackle was made by Tyler Dahlhauser.
Dahlhauser's a sophomore. Yeah. He's leading the team in tackles.
Yeah, we called his name a few times last week.
All right, is that number 30 coming out on the field? Carson Byer, one of the wide receivers. 2nd and short.
Yeah.
Watch for a run here, Bob.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see a pass here. I don't think it matters who they send in.
They don't have the wings.
Wide receiver.
They don't have the wings.
No, that's the wishbone right there.
Yep, and they give it to
Campbell.
And Campbell gets across the 40-yard line and the 1st down.
Another tackle by Dahlhauser. Unfortunately, it was about 8 yards downfield.
So the Silver Eagles slowing them down a little bit, but they're still making steady progress here as you just seem to pick away, waiting for that big gainer. Lee will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. The ball at the 42-yard line of Reedsburg. Yeah, that's a true wishbone backfield behind him.
Sure is.
The fullback got this one, Stats. He fights his way across the 45 down to the 47.
He looks like a tough cookie.
He does.
He was carrying a lot of bodies as he was struggling up to gain that 5 yards.
Stats listed at 6 foot tall, 205 pounds, also one of their leading tacklers as a linebacker. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 47-yard line of Reedsburg. We're just underway here. The Silver Eagles leading at 6-0. 6.5 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. Lee brings him up to the line. He gives it to Stats again. Stats, good push by the Silver Eagles. Yeah. He got a yard, maybe 2 yards, but the defense was right on that one.
Sure was. Let's see, I think I saw number 73, Jacob Sale, coming off the bottom of that pile.
Monona read that one perfectly as they were all over Stats as soon as he got to the line. He got a yard maybe on that one. Call it 3rd and 4. This is kind of that gray area where not having a passing attack
makes it easier on the defense. You know what's coming. Yeah, they're running just a straight wishbone offense right now.
Well, Lee keeping it himself. Has enough for the 1st down. Did he lose that?
No, he jumped over a player. Might have looked like the ball came out.
Everybody looked back for a second. He got enough for the 1st down and into MG territory.
Yeah, Lee making the
44.
Making the right decision on that one after they stuffed the fullback on the last play. He fakes, keeps it, takes it around the end, and gets a big 1st down. Gain of about 7 on the play.
So in the flexbone, is there an option for somebody other than the fullback to dive into the line, or does everything go outside?
No, the fullback, it goes into the line, gets hit on every play.
Silver Eagles with 4 down linemen. This is Campbell. Campbell through the line quickly, and he's
going
to score now.
Yep.
There we go. Well, that'll tie it up.
Yep.
Casey Campbell for 43 yards?
44 yards, Steve.
So, the Beavers strike quickly.
Well, that was a nice job of blocking, and that's one thing that the wishbone can do. The wishbone, as opposed to the flexbone, where the halfbacks start out on the flanks and are running in motion, the halfback runs wide on every play. The flexbone, which we saw right there, or the wishbone that we saw right there, the running back took the ball between the guard and the tackle, kept it between the tackles, and they opened up a nice hole for him, and he burst it to the second level, and nobody could touch him.
All right. The extra point attempt.
And it was good.
It was good. That was number 84, Riley Doro.
So, you don't want to miss your extra points because they can be costly in Monona Grove, down by a point right now.
7-6, the Beavers with the lead. 5:11 to play in the first half here on WVMO-LP Monona.
Well, we've seen a lot of action, and right now we could say it's a little bit of a track meet, even though Reedsburg doesn't throw the ball.
Hey, Bob, the Monona Grove School District would like to remind you that the annual meeting will take place at Glacial Drumlin School on Monday, September 9th at 6 p.m. More information and materials will be available next week at mononagrove.org. I love doing these live reads.
All right. Well, way to seg it in there, buddy.
Oh,
nice job.
We got several we're going to work in here, and it's just going to emphasize how professional we are.
Yeah, with all of our experience, we've gotten a lot better.
Well, you do, as many games as we have. Imagine how bad we must have been at the start if this is all the better we are now.
I think all you have to do is go back to YouTube and look for games that happened about 10 years ago.
Oh. I'm glad the real early ones that were on videotape have all been destroyed. No evidence of that.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, the weather right now, 69 degrees with a 2-mile-an-hour wind. This is just perfect football weather, isn't it, Bob?
Well, it's perfect football watching weather. Still probably feels a little warm out on the field yet.
Well, it's in the shade now at least, so they're not looking into that sun, but this is nice.
And neither are we. That's the best part.
All right. Reuter and Matusak deep for the Silver Eagles.
Yeah, they got a lot of speed. Monona's got a lot of speed deep on these kickoffs. So if they can get past that first level of defense, as far as the return team goes, man, they could possibly score.
A low kick picked up by one of the upbacks. This is Fabian Jackson about the 25-yard line. Fabian straight up the middle with it. Got across the 30, still on his feet. Rolls forward for a couple more yards. Still spotted about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 MG.
And that's how you take the speed component out of the kickoff return game. Steve is kicking the ball on the ground.
Yeah. Cam Reuter showed a lot of good speed last week as he had a nice week returning kicks. That's one area where I have to say they did a nice job.
Well, they had plenty of opportunities. I do remember Reuter returning one for about 45 yards. Or was that Matusak?
That was Matusak. Reuter was around 20 yards every time. He was very consistent.
That's right. It was Matusak who had the long return.
All right. Cam Benke bringing up to the line. Can't see our running back's number here. That's Hoyer again. He swings it out to the right side this time. This is Matusak again as he gets across the 50.
Yeah, kind of almost a similar play, except they didn't take it down the sideline. Just a swing pass out to Matusak. Got the block from the other receiver out there and got down the sideline for a first down, but a penalty flag is down.
Too bad if they erased this one. It was a 16-yard pickup and put the ball out at the 50-yard line.
Holding
against the Silver Eagles, so that'll wipe out that nice pass play and push it back a little bit. This is why Bob does the stats in pencil. That, and he's not allowed sharp things, so. Okay, it's a pointy pencil.
That is sharp, buddy.
This is important. This is not a domestic pencil
I could give you lead poisoning with this.
This is not a domestic pencil. This came all the way from Watertown.
That's right, imported.
The fancy pencils.
Watertown Track and Field.
Yeah, Whaley breaks out the Homestead girls soccer pencils.
Well, the good news is that's a spot foul, so they only end up losing 2 yards on the penalty, making it 1st and 12.
Benke calling the signals and swatting at Bugs. Sends Reuter in motion. Reuter cuts it up the field, up the left side.
Get going, Cam.
Across the 50. 40,
Get going, Cam.
35, 30, 20, 5, 15, 10, 5. Oh, so close. Reuter got within a couple yards before he was wrestled out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal MG on an absolutely perfectly run jet sweep. Cam Reuter turning on the Jets. Bob just said how much speed the Silver Eagles have. Reuter certainly showed it there.
Yep. Unfortunately, the defender for Reedsburg had the angle on him, got him by the shoulder pads, whipped him out of bounds at the 2, a 65-yard gain.
Wow, Cam's first run of the season. That's a nice first down. That was going first and goal for the Silver Eagles from the 2-yard line. Benke calling the signals. Cam's going to take the snap. He's going to hand off to Hoyer. No, he kept it himself, I believe.
Yeah, no, Hoyer's got it and stacked up short of the goal line.
He might have gotten a yard on that. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll give him a yard on that carry.
Second and goal from the 1. Hoyer in the backfield behind that big offensive line. Those are some big kids.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him run that same play that Benke scored on the first time, where he fakes to Hoyer and Hoyer leads him into the hole. Nope, he handed off and he's in. Good job, Ty Hoyer. His first varsity touchdown as a sophomore.
From 1 yard out.
Nice job for Ty Hoyer. He must be very excited, and all set up by the big jet sweep run by Cam Reuter, one of the few seniors on the team.
So the Silver Eagles answer a little more than a minute after the Reedsburg touchdown. They come back with their own drive, albeit a short drive time-wise. Certainly put them ahead in the score.
Yeah, let's see if they can successfully accomplish an extra point kick here. I believe. Oh no, that wasn't blocked last week. He just missed it. That's a tough snap. Got it down.
Houston gets this one over crossbar, and it's a 13-7 MG lead.
Owen Croak did a nice job corralling that snap because that was on the ground when it got to him, and he got it up and got it in place just in time.
So the Silver Eagles putting up 2 scores here in the first quarter, and they lead the Reedsburg Beavers 13-7.
We're going to see a replay of the touchdown. This is Ty Hoyer.
Cuts it to his left and into the end zone.
Yeah.
Wow, nice way he kept his feet moving even when they weren't on the ground anymore.
If you noticed on the blocking scheme on that, Steve, the left side of the line, that's Blake Moran and I believe Christian Schlick, just crashed down toward the inside on their defenders and left Hoyer one-on-one with a linebacker, and Hoyer won the battle.
Yeah, he hit him hard, and the kid went low, but Hoyer had enough momentum to tumble him over backwards into the end zone. So the Silver Eagles will kick off with a 6-point lead, 4:09 to play in the first quarter. Houston will do the kicking honors. Back deep for the Beavers. Let's see. It looks like Campbell and Bester again.
Campbell and Bester back to receive the kick. Oliver Houston.
Houston tees it up for the Silver Eagles.
For the Silver Eagles.
All right. Break the huddle, boys. Let's go. All right. Now we're ready. Oliver doing a little acting in front of the ball there. Faking the kick and now backing up. That's a balk, if you ask me. The runner gets to advance. Houston's kick. It's to be taken by Bester at the 10. 15-20. Cuts to the left side. Across the 20 to the 25-yard line-ish. Where it's 1st and 10 Beaver ball.
22, Zach Bester on
All right, I think that was. Okay. The PA is giving Tucker Merrill credit for the tackle, but I'm also going to give some credit to number 45, Kevin Clark, because he looked like he was coming off the bottom of that pile as well.
All right, the Beavers come out in their flex bone or wishbone, as we prefer to call it.
Well, that's what it is here.
That's what it is. It's not the true flex bone formation that we're studied up on.
Fumble.
The ball
Ball's down, and
I
MG's
think
on
it's MG ball.
Yep.
MG ball at the 25-yard line. First takeaway of the season for the MG defense.
It looked like Ethan Lee was going to hand the ball to Joe Stats up the middle, but then decided at the last second to pull it out, but it too late, and he lost the handle, and the ball's going to go to Monona Grove.
Be curious to see who got that one. I wonder if we can have replay here.
We could, but we're probably not going to.
Not at this point. All right, the Silver Eagle offense back out onto the field after a quick breather. Benke and Hoyer in the backfield.
We are getting replay, Steve. It'll probably be virtually impossible.
I don't know. I think 51 got his hands on
I
it.
like it. That's Garrett Hansen,
Excellent.
our all-conference center, playing some defense this year as well.
Benke taking a high snap, rolling to his right, looking to throw downfield. Has a little space now. He's got to run it down near the 20, close to the 20-yard line. Positive yards at least for Cam.
I got to tell you, Reedsburg knows that play because as he sprinted to the right, he was looking all day at Dylan Matuzak, and Matuzak double covered, and there was tons of traffic in the defensive backfield.
So about a 3-yard pickup for Benke. 2nd and 7 for the Silver Eagles. Let me get over this way and see. He's got Cam Reuter off to the right side. Matusak and Walsh to the left. Hoyer in the backfield alongside Cam Benke. Takes a snap. This one he gives to Hoyer. Going left side.
Got some room.
A little room to get around the corner. Stopped just over the 20-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down, I think.
Yeah, a little short. Reedsburg, nice job of stringing that play out because it looked like Hoyer had some room off tackle. But Reedsburg came up and made the play, stopped him short of the first down.
3rd and 3 for Silver Eagles. The ball about the 19-yard line. I think that is. I don't know. My perspective is off.
It's
from here.
on the 20.
Okay. High snap, pulled down by Benke, handoff to Hoyer up into the gut, and he's stopped immediately. No gain. It'll bring up 4th.
He made a little headway. I think it's going to be 4th and 1. Give him a couple yards.
Yeah.
A couple yards on that play. 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
And they will definitely be going for it. I can't imagine they're going to trot Houston in for the field goal here. You don't want to walk away with only 3 after a turnover this deep in your opponent's territory.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Hoyer to the left of Benke. Benke's keeping it himself, going right side.
Oh, nice play.
Almost slipped the tackle. Number 18 had him, and his hand slipped down. That's Miles Robb. Robb almost got him in the backfield.
I think he did, actually. And that was a nice play by number 18, Miles Robb, a junior for Reedsburg. If he does not get the tackle on that, and he is injured, but if he does not get the tackle on Benke there, Benke's going to get the first down. I was surprised to see Benke sprinted outside on that play. I thought he'd just try to go off tackle with it. They only needed a yard.
Yeah, he could have faked it outside and cut back in and probably gotten the yard. Here's the replay. You can see him try to go outside, and then he just slips through 18's grasp there, and then Rob comes off injured. We've got a timeout on the field.
Yeah, I don't know. It was clearly some sort of arm injury, and they're holding his arm. I wonder if he hyperextended his elbow or something on that play because he pulled his hand in right away, even before Benke hit the ground.
Yeah. But give him credit. If he doesn't make that play, Benke could have easily run that one into the end zone.
Oh, absolutely. It was all number 18, Miles Raup. He was the one that blew that play up, and he made the tackle.
All right, the Silver Eagles will take the field. 2:38 to play the ball.
Bummer to come away with nothing on that. MG on 4th and 1. I thought they'd get that easily. So prior to that play, Reedsburg had not penetrated at all on the MG offensive line.
So now Reedsburg are going up to the line. Ethan Lee, the quarterback. Stats and Bester and Campbell behind him. I think this is the fullback.
No.
Oh, they got to leave for a loss.
Yes, they did.
Boy. Bob, I'm starting to think that MG did their homework against the flex. Loss of 3 or 4 on that play, bringing up 2nd and long.
I think that was Presley Mackesy on the tackle. I believe that's who they called on that one.
All right, the Beavers come up to the line facing a 2nd and long. They don't have the type of offense that handles long situations like this very well, unless they can bust one again. Lee trying to get around the right side. Met by a couple of tacklers. He got some yardage on that one, maybe.
Yeah, he did, surprisingly.
6 or 7 yard pickup.
Because they did a nice job of forcing him to the outside. I thought maybe they'd make the tackle at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to come back, gain about 6 yards on that.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
So Lee, the primary ball carrier tonight, I am actually surprised they haven't used their halfbacks more. I mean, Casey Campbell, 2 carries, 57 yards. I guess that's not good enough.
Yeah, I guess. Lee took a knee between plays there. I wonder if he got shook up a little bit on that one.
He's probably tired.
He gives to the
Nice counterplay. But
number
MG
3,
was
Campbell.
ready for it. No,
Campbell got a line.
No, Campbell's standing next to the play. Let's see who that was. That was Bester.
Oh, I thought that was number 3 who had it.
No, 22.
This defense, or this offense, is really hard to follow. Who's got the ball?
Right. If you think it's hard for us up here, Steve, think how hard it is down there at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, with all that chaos going on about you. No, thank you. 4th and 3 for the Beavers. They're going to punt it away. They drop back number 37. That's Robert Losick, one of their linebackers. And back for the Silver Eagles. Let's see. 21. That Dahlhauser?
Yep.
Grant Dahlhauser. He's going to let it bounce out of bounds. Just inside the 40-yard line.
21 is Tyler. 20 is Grant.
Okay.
Well, Campbell, the punter on that play, did a nice job picking the ball off the grass as that snap bounced in. And he got off about a 30, 35-yard punt.
They spot the ball at the 40-yard line, so nice position for the Silver Eagles. 24 seconds remain in the first quarter, a 13-7 MG lead.
Nice to see the MG defense get a stop, especially after the offense came up empty when the defense gave them that gift turnover.
No fooling. All right. Benke back out on the field. He's got Hoyer, the running back position. Houston, Matusik, Walsh, and Reuter, the wide receivers. Although they've got the ends up tight now. More of a running formation. Benke calling the signals.
All 11 guys in the box.
Benke's going to keep himself going right side. Still on his feet, got close to the 45-yard line. Call it about a 3-yard pickup.
All 11 Reedsburg defenders were in the box, and that I cannot believe against a team that runs a spread offense and is not afraid to throw it.
And has shown already tonight that they've got some speed. I mean, Matusek and Reuter can turn on the Jets. We know Henry Walsh can run. Houston is supposedly one of the fastest guys on the team.
Well,
and that's the end of the quarter with a 13-7 Silver Eagle lead.
Well, it worked out. You know, Monona Grove ran the football, and they gained 4 yards, but Reedsburg, I think, might have dodged one. And I think the next time they show a defense like that, you'll see a different play being sent in.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, here. If you're watching this on YouTube, you see some of the 2018 stats. This is an offense that ran a lot, passed a lot, and scored a pile of touchdowns.
You know, the offense last year gained almost the exact same number of yards, both rushing and passing. It was almost exactly 50%, as you can see, 23.99, 23.60, 39 yards difference.
And 33 rushing touchdowns, 27 passing. That's a nice balance, too.
Yep.
Very few turnovers, too.
They were a very balanced offense last year. Jordan Bishop running the show. You and I both thought a lot of Jordan by the end of the year. We didn't know what to make of him the first couple of games. Probably the same thing Cam Benke's going through here with us. But by the end of the year, we were both big fans of Jordan Bishop.
So 2nd and 6 as we start the second quarter. The Silver Eagles with the ball on their own 44-yard line, leading at 13-7 against the Reedsburg Beavers. Benke in the backfield alongside sophomore Ty Hoyer. Benke calling the signals. Nice to have this lead to sit on. He'll give this one to Hoyer. Hoyer, some running room through the middle, gets across the 45, still fighting. He might have got to the 44, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Well, nice job by the Reedsburg defense to stand firm against such a big offensive line. Not much running room there at all for Hoyer.
Pretty nice spot.
Yeah,
We've got to get just barely to the 50. The MG side of the 50 is a first down, 3rd, and call it 3 yards. Benke looking to throw, swings it out right side. It's right to Cameron Reuter across the 50. He slipped, gets the first down, but there's a chance for some big yardage there if he doesn't slip, Bob.
Well, and a chance for the first down. He got tackled short of the first down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought he got ahead of that, but he must have touched down.
The defender on that play was number 23 for Reedsburg. That was Dominic DeJesus. I love that name. And he was the one that prevented the first down, got an arm tackle on him, and forced Reuter to his knee. And I'm actually a little surprised they're not going for it here. They went for it in almost the same position on 4th and 3.
They were a little deeper than this. This is shy of the 50-yard line. Now we got a flag coming in.
Was that a...
12.
Too
many players.
Too many guys on the field, I guess. Yeah, all right. So, well, now they'll punt it. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Maybe they punted so they could bank you a little more space, so you can drop it inside the 10 or something.
I'm telling you, in that first series, Steve, where they went for it on 4th and 3 or whatever, they were on the 45-yard line of Reedsburg when they did it. So there's 6 yards worth of difference there. I'm shocked that they didn't go for it.
Shocked. Casey Campbell back deep for the Beavers. Banky ready to kick it for MG.
That's a good snap. Yep.
Nice kick by Banky. Got some carry on this one. It's going to roll and go out of bounds inside the 10, I believe.
Yes, it was. We're going to call that about, looks like they're going to mark that at about the 6 or 7 yard line.
So that's almost a 50-yard kick, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 and... Yeah, they're putting it at the 5. Yeah, 51-yard punt.
Excellent. Best kick of the year for Cam Banky.
And angled to the sideline.
Yeah, he had a nice spiral on that one, plus he got a good bounce on it.
Well, hopefully MG's defense can get a stop, 3 and out here, and that'll give the Silver Eagles great field position.
10:23 to go before halftime, and a 13-7 Silver Eagle lead. Beavers up to the line. Let's see how they do running the ball this direction. Lee, the quarterback. Stats, the fullback right behind him. Campbell and Bester on either side. A jump on the Silver Eagle side, and there's a whistle.
But that's because I think Bester moved on the other side.
That'd be okay.
Over here, the move was by Garrett Hansen. Let's see what they call. They're going to call it on MG.
Yep.
They'll
make it 1st and 5 for the Silver Eagles from the 10-yard line. Well, that's too bad. That would have been nice to push them back a couple more yards there.
Well,
that's all right. We got this.
The Royal We.
The Royal We. Lee under center calling the signals.
The Royal Lee.
Lee with the keeper going right side. Has the first down. And Moore getting out just across the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Beavers.
Yeah, just fake that handoff to the fullback and just went right to the other side of his tackle and took it upfield. Nice gain.
77 Riley Allen into the game for the Silver Eagles.
Out to the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 Reedsburg.
All right, let's see. 1st and 10 Beavers. I believe they brought in a different wide receiver, number 30. Who is that? Carson Byer. Hanging in that wishbone. We're not going to call it the flex bone because this is a wishbone. Handoff to the fullback, and he got nailed at the line. He might have made a yard or two on that one, but not much more.
Tackle made by Garrett Hansen.
That Stotts is a tough kid, but he's
you still
catching it from the Silver Eagles.
And you still got to have some push from your offensive line. It doesn't matter how tough you are. If your offensive line isn't getting a good push, you're only going to get a yard or two.
Well, you had said before the game the fullback in this offense takes a hit every play.
Yeah,
you're definitely right.
He takes a beating.
They don't have very fancy helmets. It just says
Beavers.
Reedsburg or Beavers or something.
There's Beavers on it.
There's not even a picture of a beaver.
That's okay.
Lee again trying to go right side.
Nice
hit at the
job.
line.
Who came up on the outside there? Let me take a look. That was Garrett Hansen again. And Garrett Hansen and Dahlhauser.
Dahlhauser, okay.
Yeah, that's Grant Dahlhauser, number 20. There's 2 of them, you know.
2 Dahlhausers, 2 Barons. Boy, this is getting confusing. Good thing there's only one of each of us. All right, 3rd and 6.
I think a lot of people think that, Steve.
Especially our families.
Yes, let's say, including our significant others.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 for the Beavers. This is a big play for Reedsburg, big play for MG. They're coming back this way. Lee rolling out, looking to throw it.
Oh,
complete.
wide open to the
wide
fullback.
Open is Stats. Stats has the first down. An ankle tackle right in front of us here stopped him short of the
Trey
MG
Locken
40.
with the tackle, thank goodness. Wow, wide
Trey
open.
saving the touchdown there.
So
he got into into MG territory to the 42-yard line.
Wow, that is a 31-yard gain.
on their first pass of the game. We're 8 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first half.
Stats, who they just faked the stats going into the line. Nobody tackled him, and he just busted through and came into a wide open zone underneath the defensive backfield.
Stats, obviously not a pass caught last week. Lee going right side. Tackled near the line of scrimmage. I'd say no gain on that play, Bob.
Well, I'm glad that Ethan Lee decided to keep that, because if he would have pitched that to Campbell, I think Campbell would have scored. He was out there by himself.
Yeah, and then he was caught up by your guy, Garrett Hansen, and then 73, Jacob Sale were both in on that tackle. Second, and they gave him about a half a yard on it, so call it 2nd and 9.
Ethan Lee, like I said, he's their workhorse, and he's already carried the ball 9 times. And what did he carry the ball last week,
16 times he led them. Hand off to Besterman, right side, breaks the tackle. First down and a bunch more into MG territory. I understand the Silvers, or the Badgers, are leading 7-0 against South Florida. 7-0 would make me hope that Colin Larsh made that extra point.
Trey Locken on the tackle again. Penalty flag down. Thank goodness.
Yeah,
I
they're
think that's
bringing
going to
that
go
back.
against an illegal. Oh, there we are. It's another holding call. It's time on Reedsburg. Thank goodness.
Boy, that hurts them because that was a big gainer. That got them down near the 20-yard line, didn't it?
That was a solid 20-yard run.
Some scores in the
by
first
Bester.
half. Sauk Prairie over Edgewood 13-0. Oregon beating Beaver Dam 14-7. Stoughton and Wanakee tied at 14. Are the Vikings for real?
Yeah.
And Watertown beating Baraboo 6-0. Wow, Stoughton tying Wanakee.
I think they're actually playing that in Stoughton, though.
I don't care.
They have a lot faster track in Wanakee. That sport
true.
turf field is made for teams like Wanakee.
And Stoughton's a bunch of mutters, right? All right, 2nd and 14 for the Beavers. The ball back at the 36-yard line. Lee looking to throw again, going left side. Incomplete. Looking for number 4. Who was that?
That's
Danny Cass.
But Trevor Ogden just got flagged for interference. It was a close call. He might have got there a little bit early. And that's going to cost him 15 yards, and that'll be a first down for Reedsburg.
So the teams trade penalties. Unfortunately, the Silver Eagle penalty results in a first down for the Beavers. Here's the replay. Let's see if we can see if Trevor interferes or not, or if they're just biased.
Defensive pass interference on the play.
Pretty close. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, unfortunately it went the Beaver way.
Yeah, and honestly, the official did not delay. I mean, he called it immediately. There was no hesitation. And he has a better view of it than we do up here. And I don't always defer to the officials, but I'm going to on this one.
1st and 10 from the 33 of the Monona Grove side. Beavers up to the line. Ethan Lee under center. Pitches it to Besterman. Besterman dances back inside a little bit. Picks up a couple yards. I don't know if he got to the 30-yard line.
Now they're starting to utilize those outside running backs.
Yeah, they'd stuck with the fullback on so many times. I thought that was their play.
And the quarterback. Those two had carried almost all the balls. That's about a 2-yard gain there for Bester.
2nd and 8 for the Beavers. Is that a flag on the field too? Nope.
I don't see one.
Thought I saw a yellow splash out there. I was wrong. Beavers up to the line again. Different fullback in there. 47, I think his number is.
Nice play. Who was
that?
that?
21 with the tackle.
That was Tyler Dahlhauser.
He met Lee squarely.
That was
him back.
That was a textbook tackle. He put his shoulder right into the midriff and drove him backwards. Nice job. Nice open field tackle by Dahlhauser.
He did get 2 yards on the play, but it makes it 3rd and 6. That was nice. That was for him. Hit him with the shoulder, wrapped him up, pushed him back.
Well, Monona Grove's going to have to defend 2 plays here, assuming that they don't get the first down on this play, because they're going to go for it on 4th down.
So that's our boy 47, Karsten Vorsterboyd. Lee's going to take it himself, right side, looking to throw. Now he's chased back. Somebody got to hand him there. He's hit, but he gets the ball away.
His primary receiver was well covered. I believe that was that Caden Roysterskold that came in.
Yeah, that's the fullback.
Believe was his primary receiver. He was covered well, nowhere to go, and he was harried by the Monona Grove defenders and finally brought down behind the line.
Yeah, so that's a sack. It brings up 4th and 11 for the Beavers.
Credit given to Tyler Dahlhauser for the sack. 2 big tackles by him on the last 2 plays.
Here's the replay. There's a tackle missed. Here we go.
No, that wasn't Dahlhauser.
That was number 8 on that one.
Yep, that was Mitch Hunter, number 8.
Oh, yeah, Mitch.
5'11 junior, who makes the sack on the play, but it was the first guy there that slowed the play down and allowed Hunter to get on top of him for the sack.
And a timeout called. 4:43 to play. Let's look at those scores again. Still 14-14 between Stone and Wanakee.
Sauk is beating up on Edgewood Sauk with a new coach this year and a guy who's had a lot of success at his stops, including McGuanago. And I think we're going to see a brand new Sauk Berry program, and just in time.
Next week, the Silver Eagles taking on, who is it? I've forgotten already.
Next week is Monroe.
Monroe, that's right. The Cheesemakers come up here.
Yep. Followed by another home game. 3 home games in a row. Monroe next week, and 2 weeks from today is Milton.
I'll be missing the Milton game, but I'll be here with our favorite station manager, Willie Fredericks. I like it better than Arthur Carlson.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He's smarter. I'll give him that.
Oh, and better looking, too.
They have some similar characteristics. I bet you Will thinks turkeys can fly.
Yeah, with God as his witness.
Yeah.
Oh, Bester in motion.
No,
whistle called.
Got a timeout.
Timeout MG.
So on 4th and 11, Reedsburg's going to go for it. Now, I have to say that on the first couple of passes that I saw Lee throw, they were both on the money. One got knocked down by Ogden, in which he was, called for interference, and the other one found a wide open Joe Stats for 35 yards.
All right. 4:43 to play in the first half. Silver Eagles leading 13-7. A scoreless second quarter.
If you're busy next Saturday, catch the tennis team in action.
Hey, I wonder if Dave Kersner's watching the game. Dave, hi if you're watching.
While we're waiting,
this broadcast is produced by Monona Community Media, a partnership between the City of Monona and the Monona Grove School District. Subscribe to Monona Community Media YouTube channel to get alerts on the latest live streams and on-demand videos. Will was telling me
you need to read that just a trifle faster.
I could do that.
No,
Will was telling me before the game that the partnership between the school and City of Monona is in its 40th year.
Well, we've been here for 24 of them.
The best 24 they've ever had.
That's for sure. At least the last 24 they've had.
Now they go to a traditional flex bone formation with the 2 wings and the single running back. Bester in motion. Lee going down the right sidelines with a throw.
Nice catch. Oh, my. What a great catch by Casey Campbell.
Reedsburg.
Oh, my. That right over the top of his head. That is the most difficult pass to catch. A perfect throw and a terrific catch by Casey Campbell.
About, what,
in
36,
traffic,
34
yards for a touchdown. I hate to get carried away by the opponent's good play, but
Bester, you said?
No, that was Casey Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah.
Campbell with his second touchdown of the night. Second touchdown. One running, run passing.
Just a terrific catch. You could barely see it on the replay because the coaching staff was in the way.
So, the extra point attempt by the Beavers. Low kick, and it's good, and it's a 14-13 Beaver lead.
On 4th and 11. And, a pretty good throw on that play by Ethan Lee, but a much better catch by Casey Campbell. Just directly over the top of his helmet. He hauls it in and is essentially already in the end zone when he pulls it down.
So, the lone score of the second quarter tied it up. That extra point gave the Beavers a lead. We've got 4:38 to play before we go into the locker room at halftime.
Well, a revolt in development. It looked like MG was going to get a stop on that, especially after the sack by
Yes,
Mitch
it did.
Hunter. But MG calls a timeout to set up the right defense, and, well, I guess it wasn't as right as they'd hoped.
No, evidently not.
2-1. Your Wisconsin Badgers lead 14-0.
Well, the Badgers are ahead by 2 touchdowns now, 14-0. For those of you who care about college football on Friday nights,
We
I
care
don't.
about the Badgers because their kicker is Colin Large.
I don't. I think it's bull that college football.
Oh, on Friday nights,
it is.
is.
That's a grubby NCAA. People want to get their mitts into Friday night money too.
What do you really think, Bob?
I'm not even paying attention to the Badgers. I don't care if they win or lose tonight.
Don't hold back. Okay, Banky and Matusek deep for the Silver Eagles.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Schmidt ready to kick it for the Beavers. He's one of their linemen. He is a solidly built kid. Gets his foot into this one, a short kick. Jackson will let it go through his hands. It's still picked up by the Silver Eagles across the 25.
Reuter.
They get it out. Reuter gets it out close to the 40-yard line where they'll have 1st and 10. Good position for the Silver Eagles.
Yeah, Cam was about 1 tackle away from breaking that. Excellent speed with Cam, and he's been a good kick returner for them this year. Very solid.
Yes, very consistent. He rarely makes any mistakes. I like the fact that he goes straight up the field. I remember too many years the Packers always had kick returners that would dance around waiting for an opening.
I like
Get
the
ball, you go
Packers. They
straight.
don't play on Friday nights.
They play Thursday.
That doesn't interfere with high school football. There's no reason the NCAA needs to play football on Friday nights.
Banky with Hoyer in the backfield on the first play of the Silver Eagles. The handoff to Matusek, trying to come end around, trying to get that left corner,
Wow.
and he's hit, and that'll be a loss.
Yeah.
A lot of yards.
Yeah, you got to give the credit to number 37 for Reedsburg. That is Robert Losick, 5'8" senior. He's the one that blew that play up, forced it to go wide, and they ended up with a big loss on the play. Matusek lost. Well, what do we think about 7 yards on
7
that?
yards, let's say.
Okay.
2nd and 17 for the Silver Eagles. Watch for Banky to throw on this one. See how Matusek out this side throws the other way. Cutting back inside is Henry Walsh. Henry got to the 35-yard line, I think, and then pushed back.
Yeah, he might have gained a yard or two.
Yeah, they give him a yard on that. So 3rd and 15, 3:40 and counting left in the first half. 3rd and 15. Banky and Hoyer in the backfield. Changing the play. Now they're ready to go. High snap pulled down by Banky, looking to throw, rolling to his left.
Got Reuter wide open, but he couldn't
and
get it
brought
away.
down in the backfield by number 47 for the Beavers.
Whew. Reuter broke wide open, running a long post pattern, but Banky did not have enough time to get the ball away.
Caden Reuterschloid with a sack. Pushes again way back. It's going to be 4th and about 23, 24 yards. They're going to have to kick this one, Bob. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
First
Well,
sack
give
of the
the
game for
Reedsburg
Reedsburg.
credit.
Yep. They came out. Their defensive line came out and played it this time. Big loss on a end around and then a sack.
Banky back to punt for MG.
Banky punting. Let's see who this is deep for the Beavers. That's Campbell.
Good snap and another nice kick by.
Yep. Push Campbell back inside the 30-yard line, about the 28. Gets across the 40. 50-yard line, still on his feet.
This is a guy you do not want to let
Casey
get loose in
Campbell's got some
space. He
jets.
is really fast. And he is on the preseason watch list for the Crazy Legs Hirsch Award this year, which is given out to the top running back in the state of Wisconsin.
Abby dogged 1st and 10 for the Beavers. They spot the ball. So he must have stepped out of bounds. That's about the 43-yard line.
Yep. But
Nope.
the
Yeah,
Monona
43.
Grove 43.
Yeah, he got across the 50.
Yeah, good return by Campbell. Campbell is super fast. I'm surprised they haven't tried to utilize that speed a little bit more out of the backfield. He is the starting halfback, and he's been in on every offensive play.
Now they come back with that wishbone. They ran that flexbone formation one play. Lee in trouble and brought down by number 50, Presley Mackesy.
One of the captains this year and one of the seniors.
Nice play as he brought him down for about a 4-yard loss.
That's a TFL, Steve.
Yes, it is. Not quite a sack, but definitely the TFL. 2nd and 14 for the Beavers. Under 2 minutes to play. Minute 42, in fact. Clock running. We'll see if the Beavers can turn it over and give our boys another chance here. They line up in the wishbone. One wide out to the near side here. Lee giving it to the Bester. Bester fighting ahead. He might have got back to the original line of scrimmage and a couple more, but prior to the previous play. It's giving up 3rd and about 11. No, they give him about a 5 or 6 yard pickup call, a 3rd and 9. Minute 10 to play and counting. Now, if you had a passing game, this is where you might think of airing one out.
Steve, right now, tonight, Reedsburg's showing they have a passing game.
Well, that's true.
I believe they scored their last touchdown on a long pass.
I do remember that.
Whoa.
Lee ran into his fullback and then got pushed back.
Actually, Stats ran into his quarterback. I think he thought the play was going to go the other direction and bashed into the quarterback, and I think they'll punt this time.
Yeah, they lost a yard on the play, and they're going to have to kick it away. And
actually, he was able to gain a couple of yards on that play.
I thought I saw him pushed back. Okay. It's still 4th and 7.
Yeah, we'll have to give partial credit. An assist on the tackle to Joe Stats, the fullback. He's the one that really blew that play off.
Yeah, the lack of communication between those two. Clock stopped with 43 seconds left. Silver Eagles trail the Beavers 13, 14, 14-13.
It's the Meds. It's the Meds, Steve. Go ahead and blame them. Blame the Meds.
Oh, they should be wearing off soon. I'm almost due. That's the.
You might be past due.
Yeah. Return to sender, address unknown. No such number, no such phone. All right, Silver Eagle defense trots out. The Silver Eagle kick return team, although they're sending no one deep. See if they drop anybody back.
Yeah, Campbell's their punter, so
yeah, I would watch him.
Yep.
Oh, they're
sending him back. Let's see who that is. No,
that's Dahlholms for 21, one of them.
Well, now he's coming back up. They're just going to let him kick it.
Low snap.
Defending against the fake.
Jack Campbell's going to run it.
Yep, and it's what it is.
Trying to get outside. Oh, big hit there.
Oh, he's still up. Nice job.
Who was that? Dahlhauser
again. Yep. Tyler
73 was in
the hit. That's Jacob Sale, but Tyler Dahlhauser had first contact and stopped that play.
Tyler Dahlhauser having a heck of a season in the first 2 games.
The Monona Grove coaching staff not fooled for a second, did not send anybody deep, and defended the fake all the way.
Campbell's fast, but he can't outrun 3 guys waiting for him. So the Silver Eagles will take over 1st and 10.
Especially when you start
40-yard line.
10 to 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's hard not to telegraph that you're going to run with the ball when the punter tucks it in. All right. Reedsburg dropping their DBs back a little bit. We'll see what the MG offense has in store here for him. Hoyer played the whole game at running back. He stands alongside Benke. Cam's going to throw this one, though. Short pass right side.
That's Ty Hoyer out of the backfield.
Oh, knocked down one of our managers. Come on. You don't hit girls. That's rule number 1.
Well, they're going to call a late hit.
Good.
On the defender on that play, and that's going to add 15 yards, and the clock stops. You got to like that.
I believe that was Hoyer on the catch.
He did catch the ball. We're going to call that a 5-yard gain and add on a 15-yard penalty. Here's the replay. Let's see if we can see it. But yeah, he kept the tackle going after he sent him across the sideline, and he got flagged for it. That's 15 big ones, and that's a big mistake.
Especially with 32 seconds left, that puts him a good chunk closer to the goal line.
This has been a trademark of the Beckwith teams, is scoring late points in the first half. How often have we seen it, Steve, where MG is able to put up a late touchdown or a field goal in the first half with less than a minute to play?
Now that penalty puts it 1st and 10 inside the 40, calls it the 39-yard line of Reedsburg. Great position for the Silver Eagles. Benke taking the snap, looking to throw. Chase to his left now, or to his right, throws it deep.
No, he threw it up for grabs.
Intercepted. Nope, incomplete, I believe.
Oh.
Or did he get it?
No, he got it.
Yeah, he got it. Number 4, picking it off. That's Danny Cast.
Oh, he just threw it up for grabs. Did not have an open receiver, and, you know, if you're going to do that, throw it out of the end zone.
Here's the replay. That ball thrown deep. Cast.
Yeah,
Boy,
he was the only guy there that
yeah,
had
he
a
was
shot
the
at
only
the
one to
ball.
jump up and take that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely a good defensive play and a poor decision by the Silver Eagles. That'll give Reedsburg ball 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line. That is the one plus in all of this, as we pinned them deep in their own territory.
Well, I tell you what, if I'm Reedsburg, I'm not going to throw the ball here, but I'm going to try to run a wide pitch to the left to Campbell. That's what I would do.
I'd give it to Joe.
No, they're going
to kneel down, and that's going to do it for the first half. 14-13, the Reedsburg Beavers leading your Silver Eagles. Here on WVMO LP, the voice of Monona, I'm Steve Martinelli alongside Bob Schmuck. Thank you so much for watching this first half. Stay tuned for
hang on.
half.
We've still got players on the field
We
here,
got
Steve.
A defensive penalty?
No?
And at the end,
All right.
That's the end of it.
Now you can carry on.
All right, WVMO LP Monona.
We'll be back.
We'll be back
with in about 10 minutes with a little halftime preview of the second half.
And now, please welcome the Monona Grove dance team. Tonight, the dance team is excited to showcase its summer camp home routine. The team traveled to summer camp in Iowa back in July and returned home with a first-place finish, among other team awards. In addition, team members Aurora Hines, Caitlin Palmeyer, Owen Groff, and Madison Hitler were recognized for their leadership and dance technique. Tonight, the team debuts its first halftime performance of the year. Without further ado, under the direction of Molly Burke and Tracy Hines, let's hear it for the Monona Grove dance team. Let's go!
I've been there.
Ron, can we go on at about 3.5? I'm sorry, what'd you say? Okay, thanks, man. Those guys, Reedsburg threw the ball more than I thought they would.
Those guys, they've thrown the ball 3 times.
Reedsburg?
Yeah.
Seems like he's been back more than that, doesn't it?
Well, he got sacked once.
Yeah.
So, he's gone back to pass 4 times, but
Okay. It seems like they've thrown more than that.
got
I don't know
sacked
what I'm talking
once.
about.
Threw
The
one
numbers don't
incomplete.
lie.
Threw one incomplete pass that turned into a defensive pass interference penalty, and
That's
then he's
right.
completed 2.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. Let's talk a little bit, maybe, if we have some downtime.
About what?
About maybe about realignment, conference realignment, because we haven't even
Oh.
talked about that yet this
No, we
year.
haven't. You got some
So-
information on that?
Well, I got what the
What they proposed?
yes.
Okay, good. I don't have anything prepared except opinions. About a minute, Ron? Minute and a half?
Okay, we'll just listen for the music to stop.
I can't hear it all, so you're going to have to start. I've got scoring, too.
Okay, good. Well, we can talk about conference realignment during at halftime or anything like that. So.
We're asking the community to please remember to slow down and exercise caution as students and families travel to and from school. Remember to stop for school buses and watch out for bikers and walkers. And have a great school year. Welcome back to the second half of Silver Eagle football versus the Reedsburg Beavers. I'm Steve Martinelli alongside the Boomer Bob Schmuck. And we got a tight one here, Bob. 14-13, the Beavers on top of the Eagles.
Well, it's nice to see Monona Grove in the game at halftime.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the last thing we're going to say about last week's game. MG, actually, if you look at it hard, MG probably should be leading this game at halftime. They gave up the go-ahead touchdown to Reedsburg on a 4th and 11 play on a long pass from Ethan Lee to Casey Campbell. But MG's offense has played pretty decent, and their defense has played a lot better this week than they played last week. So I'm not unhappy. They're in the game. They got a good chance to win.
Absolutely, Bob. Silver Eagles with 2 touchdowns of their own. Dylan Matusek took a 41-yard pass from Cameron Benke, turned that into their first score. And then Ty Hoyer, one of the sophomores, a 1-yard run. The only difference is an extra point attempt blocked by the Beavers on our first kick, making the difference of 14-13 Beaver lead. Bob, tell us about some of the stats in that first half.
Well, Monona Grove, they've rolled up 148 yards of total offense, 54 yards passing for Cameron Benke on 5 for 7. He's thrown the 1 touchdown pass to Matuzak, unfortunately threw a late interception, which ended any hopes of scoring any points at the end of the first half. Rushing-wise, leading the way is sophomore Ty Hoyer, 7 carries, 24 yards. Oh, I take that back. Cam Reuter, with 1 carry for 65 yards, is actually leading the team in rushing. That set up the short touchdown run by Hoyer in the first quarter. Hoyer, though, like I said, 7 carries, 24 yards. Cam Benke's kept the ball 4 times, run it for 12 yards. Dylan Matusak on an end around was throwing for a 7-yard loss, and that's all the rushing stats. But he does lead the team in receiving with 1 catch for 41 yards and a touchdown. Henry Walsh, 2 catches for 4 yards. Owen Croak, 1 catch for 4. And Ty Hoyer, 1 catch for 5. On the other side of the ball, the Reedsburg Beavers, they've rolled up 186 yards of total offense. 117 of that on the ground, leading the way. Casey Campbell, 59 yards on only 3 carries, including that 44-yard touchdown run we saw in the first quarter. The workhorse has been the quarterback, Ethan Lee, who's carried the ball 13 times for 37 yards. Joe Stats, the fullback, 3 times for 10 yards, and the other halfback, Zach Bester, 3 times for 11 yards. Stats, a 35-yard catch, leads the team in receiving yards, but followed closely by Casey Campbell, the 34-yard touchdown pass. Ethan Lee, 2 for 2, and the touchdown passing tonight, and he's been sacked 1 time for a loss of 6 yards. And that's where we are with the numbers here.
I know you don't keep track of defensive stats, Bob, but Tyler Dahlhauser for MG's been in on a lot of tackles in the first half.
Absolutely, and he has in that one series where he made a sack and made the tackle on the fake punt attempt. So
that's right.
You know, that kid, and we called his name a few times last week. He's just a sophomore, and I see really good things ahead for Tyler Dahlhauser. Other teams are going to have to account for him when they're game planning for Monona Grove.
And Tyler, just a sophomore. It's nice to think we're going to have these kids for 3 seasons. A lot of talent here, a lot of young talent. Hoyer, Dahlhauser, the other receiver. Matusak's a junior. Walsh is a junior. Houston.
Yeah,
he's
Houston. Yep. He's just a junior, too. Or he's a sophomore. Actually,
yeah,
Oliver
right.
Houston's just a sophomore.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of young talent on this team.
Yes, indeed. And that's going to be a double-edged sword for Monona Grove this year. They have a lot of inexperienced kids, a lot of young kids, and it's going to – I read an article where they were interviewing Coach Beckwith, and Beckwith said that with so many young kids on this team and so much inexperience that they are going to have to coach their butts off this year, and they truly are. And we'll really see what the Monona Grove coaching staff is made of this year, because they are working with a really green crew.
Next week, the Silver Eagles taking on the Monroe Cheesemakers here in Monona Grove.
And
the week after that,
in what will be possibly, and at this point, will be the last time Monona Grove plays Monroe.
That's true. You would want to talk about conference realignment. Monroe moving to the Rock Conference, I believe.
Rock Valley Conference, yep. Yeah,
And the Silver Eagles will have all sorts of new opponents to take on.
Yeah, I believe both Monroe and Edgewood will be moving to the Rock Valley. Yeah, and as it stands now, the proposed two conferences are Badger Large and Badger Small based on attendance figures. Janesville schools will be moving into the Badger Large from the Big Eight, both Janesville Parker and Janesville Craig, and they'll be joining Wanakee, DeForest, Beaver Dam, Milton, Oregon, and Watertown. MG right on the edge of being a Badger Large team. DeForest, with their attendance just a few students higher. I have heard talk that DeForest is trying to work out something with Monona Grove and with the WIA where they would go to the Badger Small and MG would move up into the Badger Large. And I don't think the coaching staff for MG would have a problem with that.
No, I would agree. If you win the Badger Large, you've got to play some tough competition. It would stand that you'd do well in the playoffs. It's interesting. I've heard that same rumor that DeForest has petitioned to be in the small. I wonder what they would do as attendances ebb and wane, or wax and wane, if they would adjust that every year based on attendance. Move you from large to small.
I don't think they're going to do it every year, but I think they are going to revisit it at regular intervals and realign conferences as necessary. As it stands, as the proposal stands now, Monona Grove and the Badger Small would face Mount Horeb, Baraboo, Portage, Reedsburg, Sauk Prairie, Fort Atkinson, and Stoughton. And that's the kind of competition that Monona Grove could handle. And like they've handled the Badger South in all these years. 9 out of the last 10 years, they have won the Badger South Conference. In the 1 year they didn't win it, they were second by 1 game.
All right, Silver Eagles ready to kick off. Back deep for the Beavers is Campbell and Bester. Campbell, number 3, he's been one to watch tonight as he's shown why he's on that Crazy Legs watch list. Houston's got it teed up, ready to go, and the second half has begun. Kick deep, taken by Bester at the 5, 10, across the 20, 25, 30, has some running room. Now he's brought down short of the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Beavers.
High step through a couple of tackles there. Tucker Merrill kind of whiffed on his attempt, and he actually, after he high-stepped through it, gave him another 10 yards on the return.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. First possession of the second half, and the Beavers leading the Silver Eagles 14-13. Badgers leading 21-0. I hope that means 3 extra point attempts for Colin Larsh. Lee under center. Wishbone formation behind him. Lee keeping it himself, going right side, tucks it in, and got hit. I think he lost a couple yards.
Oh, yeah, that's a TFL, Steve.
Oh, he's slow getting up.
He got hit hard, and he's still down.
Yeah, he's not well. He had his shoulder underneath his body.
Well, I think he may have landed on the ball, and so he had the wind knocked out of him. I was not able to make out who made the tackle on the far side of the field from us. Ethan Lee had Casey Campbell trailing him as his pitch man. And
Lee's being looked at by the trainer on the side of the field now.
Well, if he's injured, he's going to have to come off the field for a play.
Yeah, they brought on number 13, it appears. Yeah, they've got him taking some snaps right away. Let's see, 13 for them is Connor Schvink.
Oh, he's just a sophomore.
A junior.
Schvink. You remember his brother? What was his first name? I can't remember anymore.
Booster.
But
I don't know.
He was a great player for Reedsburg and actually got some all-state mentions.
Well, Schvink, the quarterback now, as they're looking at Lee's shoulder on the sideline, it's his left arm. The handoff to Bester. Bester might have got to the line of scrimmage for all sorts of Silver Eagles pushing him back. Number 75, 73 leading the rush.
Jacob Sale there. Nice penetration as the Silver Eagles just flocked to the ball on that one, and they're going to give them about a 2-yard gain, but I think that was generous.
Schvink in the quarterback. No chance to warm up, really. He took a couple snaps before he came out, but now he's out there, and it's live. Oh, it's on. Schvink calling the signals. You're going to pitch this one to Campbell coming right left side. Campbell broke one tackle. Got past Dahlhauser, and Dahlhauser.
Yep, that was Dahlhauser and Dahlhauser. Yeah, Tyler Dahlhauser slowed him down, and Grant Dahlhauser finishes him off. I love this. I love these twin threats they have on the defensive side of the ball.
About a 2-yard pickup, making it 4th and 8. They're still checking out Lee on the side there. The trainer giving him a lot of attention, and it's right where he came off the field. He didn't go any further. He dropped to his knee, and the trainer was right there. So they're going to have to kick this one away, back deep for the Silver Eagles. Oh, there he is. He's way deep. That's Cam Reuter. Nice punt.
Nice punt is right.
Reuter drops back to his 30-yard line. Comes up the right side, 35. And out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Flag down, though, toward the end of the play. I wonder if we're going to get a block in the back.
Yeah, it could be. That'll.
So Reuter with about a 13-yard return, got it up to about the 33-yard line.
We'll see what this penalty does to it, though.
Nice defensive stand there. MG comes out ready to go after halftime. Reedsburg not able to do a thing on their side of the ball. Yep, it is an illegal block on MG. MG's 5th penalty of the game. That was the one thing you could say about MG last week, Steve, is they did not get penalized much.
And they didn't turn the ball over a lot either. Usually 2 keynotes of a well-played game, but
yeah, they threw a couple of picks, but they were under a lot of pressure. But
we weren't going to talk about it anymore.
We're not talking about the Wanakee game anymore.
This is a different game, a different week. We're treating it like we're 1-0 or 0-0.
We're trying to make the best out of what was what was kind of a bad night.
Yes, in all ways imaginable. 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Silver Eagles as they start their first possession of the second half. Banky with Hoyer alongside him in the backfield. Banky's going to keep it himself, go up the right side. Has a little running room, got close to the 25-yard line. Now the big push back. He tried to cut it back inside and hit several beavers. Hit a dam of beavers.
Well done. Well done. A beaver dam.
I'm done for the year now. I may as well go home.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Gain of 6 on the play. Ball to the 26-yard line, 2nd and 4. So a nice run by Cam Banky. Oh.
Yeah, MG's rushing game, they're only able to pile up 54 yards rushing in the first half. They're going to have to do a better job of that if they want to run some clock on these guys.
2nd and 6, or 2nd and 4 for the Silver Eagles. Give us to, no, Banky keeps it into the line. He got a yard or 2 on that one. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Banky for 2 yards on the carry.
Well, they managed to get Ethan Lee over by the bench where they're looking at him. I've got a bad feeling about his health. 2nd and 2. 3rd and 2, excuse me. 28-yard line of the Silver Eagles. Banky calling the signals. The junior QB taking the snap. You give this one to Hoyer, trying to go left side, has some running room. Has the first down and a little more. There's a flag in the backfield, though.
2 of them, actually, and all thrown right at Blake McCrory. I was about to compliment him on a nice job of sealing off that defender on the outside, allowing the first down run by Hoyer, but I think that's coming back.
Yep,
he may have had a handful of shoulder pad or jersey. And so now it'll be 3rd and long.
Yep, after 2nd and short. Well, after making the first down, we're going to have to have a do-over here. Flag thrown right about the 30-yard line, so that's going to push it back considerably.
Yeah, changing the rules so that the linemen can use their hands when they block. That took place in the late 70s, early 80s, and it's made it easy. It made it easier for linemen to block, but it also makes it easier for linemen to hold. And we, Steve, you and I have both seen it, just a real uptick in the calling of holding penalties just over the last 3 years.
Oh, remember that game against Oregon, I think
last year was ridiculous.
It's like every other play they were calling it. All right, 3rd and a bunch for the Silver Eagles. Banky way back in his own territory. Good snap, looking to throw.
Plenty of time.
Throws it left side.
Well, he missed an open Henry Walsh. Henry open running a crossing route. Did have some coverage, but he was open enough to, if a good throw would have got him.
4th and 9 for the Silver Eagles. They're forced to punt. Benke drop back to kick it, and this is Casey Campbell, our nemesis, deep to return it for the Beavers.
Yeah, a big punt return in the first half.
This kid's got some jets, no doubt. The Silver Eagles fairly deep. There's ball at the 21-yard line, so Benke's going to have to get a nice kick if you're going to pin him back. This is a low one, looking for the roll, or maybe even somebody to touch it. Nope, it's going to go out of bounds inside MG territory, so great field position for the Beavers.
I think that may have just been a shank, Steve. The way that came off his foot, wasn't spinning end over end. It was spinning side over side.
Yeah.
And a short punt and a short field for Reedsburg as they get the ball for the second time in this half.
They announced Colin Lersch with 4 extra points in the first half of the Badger game. I know it's Friday night.
Yep.
Scheibink out there quarterbacking again.
Night. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Hand off to, I think that was Bester. Who's on the bottom of that pile? Yep. Nope. Campbell with the carry. Short pickup. About a 4-yard gain. 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. The ball at the 34-yard line of Monona Grove. That's got to really throw a team when they practice with the quarterback all week on the timing, and timing is critical in this offense. And then to have his substitute thrown in there early in the second half.
Scheibink, just a sophomore.
Gave it to the fullback, Stats, and he got pushed back. There's a flag in the line.
We're going to get a holding penalty, and I think that's going to go on number 57, David Finkel, for Reedsburg.
Finkel was a starter last year for him in the line as a sophomore. He's a big kid.
Yeah, he is. Finkel goes 6'2", 300 pounds.
And the kid just got his driver's license. That's a big kid.
We don't even know if he's gotten that yet.
Yeah. Man.
No, chop block is what they called. That's 15 yards, even better.
Yeah, no fooling.
Reedsburg's third penalty of the game.
That marches it back quite a ways. Back to the... Where are they? Wow, back to the MG 49. I think that went further than the punt did. More significant, at least, because it's second and about, 29?
21.
21. It's a lot of yards. Well, this is where the wishbone or the flexbone, whatever they're running at that time, really works against them because they don't have that normal passing attack.
No, and it's quarterback in. God knows what he can do through the air. I was favorably impressed with Ethan Lee in limited attempts. His throws were on target, but we don't know this young guy, Connor Scheibink.
And Lee's on the sidelines. He's not even standing. He's back on the bench being treated.
Yeah, he might not be back.
Scheibink, march him up to the line. Let's see what happens here.
It's next man up, as they say in football. It's always next man up because injuries can happen at any time on the field.
Split one wide receiver out to the near side. That's the left, Scheibink. Give it to Bester, and Bester got a couple yards and pushed back. At best, it's going to be 3rd and 18. And I'll give him 2 yards on it. 3 yards?
Yeah, give him a 3-yard gain. Bester just a quick hitter.
Ball up to the 37-yard line. 47. 46, 47-yard line of Monona Grove. That penalty was huge. Now it puts him into a big passing down. Just put another wide receiver out to the near side. That's left of the offense.
I don't see him thrown on this. They moved.
It's
going to cost him another 5 yards.
That's going to push it back even closer to the 50 and make that third and immensely long play even longer.
False start on Austin Peters.
Oh, he was one of their top returners.
Yep.
Wasn't he a man of mystery?
Austin Peters?
Yeah.
I think so. Nothing mysterious about that one, Steve. We saw him move up here in the press box.
That was pretty evident. They push it back to the 46-yard line. No, back into
MG territory at
back
49.
into Reedsburg territory. 49.
I'm sorry, yeah, you said it right.
Yeah, so 3rd and 23 or something, a bunch.
Yep.
They're going to come up with an immensely long play here.
You know, you don't see many passing plays in Reedsburg's game plan, and you're going to see even less of them with this substitute quarterback in.
Yeah, he's back to throw this time, looking right side.
Wow, what a great pass.
He's got Campbell.
And he's going to score. What a great pass. Boy, talk about eating my words.
Campbell for 52 yards.
Even the official was so excited he fell down. Holy moly.
51 yards.
51 yards.
And Campbell's third touchdown of the night.
That is almost the same play that they scored on 4th and long in the first half. And I got to tell you, that was a perfect pass. Wow. They couldn't have shut me up better. Connor Sheving, good for you there, young man.
Yeah, he put that one right in his hands, and Campbell turned it on. Nobody's going to catch him, not on this field.
And he was wide open again. Now, that's two plays where he's been in the pass patterns, and he's been wide open. Somebody's got to account for him.
Riley Doro to attempt the extra point. Good snap. Doro's kick.
It's good.
Not pretty, but it got over the crossbar, and it's a 21-13 Reedsburg lead. Well, Bob, I thought they had him pinned deep.
Replay.
Look at
this. This pass is just perfect.
Oh, caught him in stride. He didn't have to slow down.
I don't know who he slipped and fell. I don't know who he outran there. Oh, now I know who it was. Sorry, man, I'm going to call you out, but he outran you. That was number 42, Caden Eastland, a 5'10 junior back there. And like I said, no returning starters on defense, a completely new defense. They're learning as they go, and this first half of the season could be a rough go for these kids on the defensive side of the ball for Monona Grove.
Casey Campbell, a senior, and boy, can he run. I mean, we've been saying that since the first half, that the guy's got some jets, and he really turned him on there, and credit to the quarterback because he laid it right in.
Very
Campbell
fast.
didn't slow down at all for that catch.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how Campbell wasn't one of their featured backs last year. Last year he only carried the ball 72 times in 9 games, 362 yards, only averaged 5 yards a carry. He's making that look like a paltry sum here tonight.
Yeah.
And on the receiving end, what did he do? He led the team in receiving last year. 9 catches, 199 yards, 22 yards a catch. Well, we know how he did that.
Yeah, no fooling. He's last week ran for 75 yards on 11 carries, 6.8 yard average. Boy, he's one to watch.
Yeah, he's gonna make a name for himself in the Badger North this year. I think we'll be reading about him.
Schmidt ready to kick for the Beavers. Matusak and Reuter back for MG. They've been kicking to the up back most often. That's Fabian Jackson standing in the middle back there. Line drive kick.
That's Matusak.
Matusak with the return. Close to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 MG ball. See what kind of a spot we get here. 21-13. The Silver Eagles down by a touchdown and an extra point.
MG offense struggling a little bit ever since the first quarter, and this is, if you remember, Steve, the only time that Reedsburg has beaten Monona Grove was in 2014, and it was on Halloween in the second level of the playoffs. Reedsburg came down here, and Monona Grove took a 14-0 first quarter lead, and Reedsburg owned the game after that, winning it 20-14 and knocking Monona Grove out of the playoffs.
Banky looking to throw. Has Houston open. Houston, boy, he might have gained a yard on that one, but nice
I don't
tackle.
even know if he got back to the line.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice defense out there.
Yeah, the guy was right on him right after Oliver made the catch.
Loss of a yard.
Loss of a yard, the ball back to the 27-yard line.
MG's offense.
4:55 to play in the third quarter. 21-13 Reedsburg lead. Silver Eagles facing a tough situation here. Banky, no, that's Marin in there now.
Yep, indeed.
Marin throws fast, just over the 30-yard line, and a
No, that's not a first down.
Isn't it?
No, that was only about a 6-yard gain.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong line here.
Yes,
I got a post right in front of me here, so it's a little hard to see. Casey Marin swinging it out.
3rd and 5.
Marin and Hoyer in the backfield, an all sophomore backfield. Marin back, looking to throw again. Chased off to the left side.
Got a lot of room. Oh, if he'd have run the ball, he'd have had the first down. He had nothing but green in front of him. Tried to force the pass in, and it goes incomplete.
Casey Marin's pass incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Let's hope this goes against the Beavers. Yeah, Marin seems resistant to running when he's chased like that.
Yeah, it's going to call it. It's going to go against Reedsburg. You can tell by the way they're looking disgusted over there, and that should be a first down for Monona Grove. Although the officials are still yapping about it.
See what sort of call we get here. Beaver coach unhappy.
All right, still waiting for the call here. Personal foul, face mask. That's a 15-yarder.
Oh, boy.
Boy, these 15-yard penalties are keeping Monona Grove's offense on the field here in the second half.
Yeah, that's going to push it out close to the 50. Probably over the 50. First down MG. We'll take them any way we can get with 4:31 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, too bad Casey Marin didn't just tuck that ball down. He had plenty of green in front of him. He would have made the first down easily.
The ball just short of the 50-yard line. Call it the MG 49, but it's 1st and 10 for Monona Grove. Marin in the backfield. Hoyer alongside him. So Coach Beckwith getting both of his quarterbacks some playing time. Hand off to Hoyer, coming right side.
Oh,
cuts
nice
it up
cut.
to the middle. First down MG. No, he's going to be short. A 6-7 yard pickup, though.
Nice cut and a good kick-out block by 74 Devin Builder on that play.
Hoyer took off really quickly and then made a great cut. Showed some nice acceleration on that play.
Yet to see Fabian Jackson tonight. Saw a lot of him last week.
Hoyer, the featured back tonight, as he gets the handoff this time, makes another nice cut. This should be a first down.
That is a first down.
He gets to the 40-yard line.
That looks better. I like Monona Grove running the ball and shoving around the defense. They have a lot of big boys on their offensive line, and this is a team that should dominate in the running game.
We got to investigate and find out what happened to Brady Killerlane.
Yeah, Killerlane not on the field tonight.
Marin calling the signals. He's got 3 wideouts to the far side of the field. That's his left. They give it to Hoyer again. Hoyer, hit at the line of scrimmage and nothing doing there. Might have even lost a yard.
Yeah, helmet-to-helmet shot on that one. Unintentional. Tackle Liam Greenwood on the tackle and Alex Cruiser.
That's
Hoyer,
a good name.
Hoyer got a couple and no more.
2nd and 12, so loss of 2 on the play. That Hoyer's a tough kid, though. He's carried the ball almost exclusively for the Silver Eagles, hasn't he?
Well, Benke's had a few carries.
That's true. Benke's chase, or Marin's chase
Wow.
this time. He's going to go down about a 1-2 yard loss.
Wow, no time at all. And it's the same 2 guys in there. That's Liam, what was his name again? Liam Greenwood and Alex Cruiser on the sack.
That brings up 3rd and 14 for the Silver Eagles.
Wow.
2 wideouts to the far side, a tight wing back on that side. Cam Reuter alone on this side of the field. Marin calling the signals. Now they're going to change it.
Well, I think they better account for Greenwood. He's been in the backfield on the last 2 plays.
Somebody pick him up, would you? Marin takes a snap. He's looking to throw. Goes right side. Overthrows Reuter. No interference call. It'll bring up 4th down for the Silver Eagles.
I think we would call that uncatchable.
Yes, I would have to agree with you. It was well over Reuter's head. Unit will come out.
From the 44-yard line. Dropping back to punt for the Silver Eagles.
Back deep is Campbell to return for the
Banky
For
to
the
punt, who
Beavers.
was not out at his quarterback position on this series. That was Casey Marin. We saw a little bit of that last week where the quarterbacks alternated.
Banky taking a snap. Gets the kickoff, angling it towards the sidelines a little. hopefully we limit Campbell's return. Drop
About the 23.
Inside the 30, be down by the Silver Eagles, where it's 1st and 10 ball. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third quarter. A 21-13 Reedsburg lead.
21-yard punt there, angled to the sideline. Unfortunately, got on it.
Well, it got no Casey Campbell on it either.
Yeah,
and I think that was a primary
good
objective.
thing. Yeah, out of his hands is
All
a good
right,
thing.
let's see what the Silver Eagle defense can do. 3 times tonight by Campbell. He is a wrecking crew, isn't he? He's not that big a kid either. Like we said, aside from stats, running back's bigger than or heavier than 160 pounds. The signals, or the fullback.
Yep. Stats.
Got a couple short of the 25-yard line.
Monona Grove doing a nice job of clogging up the middle. Stats, yards he gains. It's tough mudding, I'll tell you that.
Tough mudding. About a 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8 for the Beavers. They spot the ball at the 25-yard line.
Carry, 5-yard line.
Best shots and Campbell in the backfield behind the backup quarterback, Shivink. Pitches to Bester, trying to get the run right side.
That's I
And
saw
he
him.
wrapped up at all sorts of Silver Eagles over him.
Tyler high. I can't. Let's see if I can make out who got him low. That might have been again. No, Tucker Merrill had him low. Or finish him off high.
They give him a yard on the play, 3rd and 7.
Who had that one?
To Bester.
Bester. They had that. All right.
Beavers up to the line. We're just about to the end of the third quarter. The handoff to Bester again. And he got a couple yards, but it's going to be well short to bring a 4th for the Beavers.
4th and 5. Nowhere close. They'll have to kick it away.
Appears to be some discussion on the Beaver sideline. 4th and 7, so Silver Eagles will get the ball back.
I don't know how they got 4th and 7. Looks like 4th and 5 to me, but hey, what do I know?
I'll split it, say 4th and 6. Now they let the half or the quarter expire and we'll start the fourth quarter. I'm going to read another one of these announcements, Bob. The Monona Grove AV Club has been in partnership with Monona Grove Creative Media since 1979, 40 years. MGAV is one of the hardest working clubs in the high school as they produce the daily announcements, sports like this, and music broadcast. To see behind-the-scenes pictures and videos of the club, subscribe to the Monona Grove Community Media Facebook and Instagram pages.
Well, I'm here to tell you, Steve, I'm going to throw in my 2 cents here, too, because we're going to thank Ron Schott for sitting at the studio and making sure that this game goes out over the airwaves of WVMO like it's supposed to. Thanks a lot, Ronnie.
Thank you, Ronnie. All right, scores around the Badger South Conference. Sauk Prairie and Edgewood knotted up at 13. DeForest ahead of Fort Atkinson, as it says here, 54-0.
Poor Fort Atkinson. Oh, my.
Milton beating Mount Horeb Barneville 33-0.
What? Oh, it's because they lost their quarterback.
Wanakee was beating Stoughton. I think it was 35-something.
Yeah,
they faded away too quick.
That's all right.
And they spelled Fort Atkinson wrong.
Poor Fort. They got murdered last week, shut out last week, and they're going to get shut out this week. And I don't know what's happened to the Blackhawks football program, but it can't. I didn't think it could get any lower than last year. They only scored 20 points.
All right, Reuter back.
There's a break. No, this is.
Oh, almost blocked. Poor kick. It's going to go. It's going to make the 50. It's got a nice roll inside the 45. Down to about the 42-yard line of the Silver Eagles.
Ended up getting a 30-yard punt out of that, Steve. That
one that was almost blocked.
If they'd had any sort of rush on, they could have tackled this guy before he got the punt off.
Yeah. If they could have got a hand on that one, that might have been a touchdown.
All right.
1st and 10. We'll still take field position we got, the 42-yard line.
Yep. MG's offense has got to wake up, though. They've been asleep since the end of the first quarter.
Start of the fourth quarter, and they're down by 8. So, Who we got back there? Benke and Fabian Jackson in the backfield. Fabian getting his first appearance on offense tonight. Benke back out after a short breather. Casey Marion getting some opportunity to run the team for a while. Cam taking the snap. He's going to keep it himself, going left side, trying to get the corner. He's got to cut it back. Nope. There's 3 or 4 guys there.
Nope.
One of them poked him with his helmet. I didn't like that.
There just wasn't enough blocks for him out there. There's no way. I think that was the guy with the long last name, Caden Reuterskold. Skold, however you say it. It's a nice either Norwegian or Swedish name. Nice Scandinavian name, let's say. And a loss of a yard on the play by
Second and
Benke.
11 for the Silver Eagles.
Running game has had a hard time getting started tonight.
Hoyer back in the game, replacing Jackson. And they'll give it to him. Hoyer off the left side. Again, not much going there. He might have gotten 2 or 3 yards on that play, but
that's a cutback play, and it's a design cutback play. And most of the defensive or offensive line is pushing to the right, and they're supposed to be pushing not only their man, but you're supposed to get out on the linebackers and shove them to the right. Hoyer then cuts back against the grain and should only have 1 or 2 guys to beat. But it didn't work on that play. There was a dam of beavers there.
You like that? You're going
I
to
do.
use that, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
3rd and 9 for the Silver Eagles. Houston in motion. Benke looking to throw. Now he's running to the right side. It's better get it or he's going to get sacked. Gets the pass off. Almost picked off. Out of bounds.
Intended receiver there was Cam Reuter. I'd love to see Cam Reuter get a little more involved in the passing game. Only caught 1 ball last week. So far, a goose egg tonight. The passing game, struggling right now too. So both parts of the offense having their problems.
And we've got less than 10 and a half minutes to play in the game. Silver Eagles forced to punt here on 4th down.
MG still only 1 score behind. If they can get a defensive stop, they'll have another shot. Okay, thanks.
Benke ready to kick. This one should get a little roll. It's going to go out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Not even the 30-yard line.
Where is he going to mark that? He could probably go back to the 40 when that went out of bounds. Yeah, and that's what he did.
41-yard line.
Yeah,
good call, Bob. 40.
Another punt off the side of the foot. Another shank.
I'm going to go with the theory that he's keeping it away from Casey Campbell.
That was Steve, 18-yard punt.
All right, he could have kept it a little closer to Casey Campbell, I suppose.
And a good field position for Reedsburg, who leads this game by 8 points.
Yeah, they just need to eat some clock here.
And they have the kind of offense that can do it.
They do.
Fortunately, MG's defense has been up to the task tonight.
Shivink up to the line. Give it to Campbell, trying to go left side, cuts his way through the line. Nice little run there as he made a little dash. 7-yard, 8-yard pickup.
Did you see how quick that little was in between the tackles?
Yep. He was going to his left and then planted his foot and was zipping right through the line. Got into that second level of defense really quickly, didn't he?
69 yards rushing for Campbell tonight on only 6 carries.
Jeez. He's got a nice night receiving, too, I'd say.
Yeah, and he scored all 3 of Reedsburg's touchdowns.
2nd and 5. Give us the Bester. Bester with a nice little run. Spin move across the 50, 45. 40 still on his feet, down inside the 35-yard line. They just couldn't bring Bester down that time. He made that spin move, but otherwise he was dragging the entire run.
$20-yard run for Bester, his longest of the night.
Wow, the ball at the 35-yard line in MG territory. Yeah, Bester's been kind of quiet, but that was a nice run.
Well, the last time Monona Grove has started 0-2 was 2007.
The handoff to Bester again. Bester,
Well,
what a
he took
4-yard pickup.
He took a pop, though, at the end there.
Yeah, somebody got him in the chops. Good.
I think that was Dahlhauser again, number 21. Gee whiz, he laid the wood, and only a 3-yard pickup there by Bester.
2nd and 7 for the Beavers. 8:40 left in this game. The Beavers in the driver's seat right now. If they can punch another score across, it's going to be tough for the Silver Eagles to come back from 2 down.
And the running clock. that's really critical thing.
That's key
for Monona Grove.
Shivink's done a decent job quarterback. Of course, all he's had to do is hand off the ball. Keeps this one himself, trying to go right side, off tackle. Well, he kept his feet moving and got about a 3-yard pickup. It's going to bring and about 3 yards.
Brady Vigdal Olson in on that tackle, number 89.
All right, this is a big play here. Silver Eagle defense needs to come up with a stop. Ball up to the 27-yard line, 23-yard line. They got a 5, I believe. Shivink up to the line. Bester again. Pushes through. He's going to be close to the first down.
MG brought a blitz on that one. He's going to be right at the marker.
They're going to give him first down. That was significant. But now it gives them a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 from the 25.
First and 10 from the 25 for the Beavers, just inside the 25, matter of fact.
Well, no matter what happens here, no matter how much clock gets run, Monona Grove cannot give up a touchdown here. The offense is scuffling, and they can't get down by 2 scores with half a quarter to play. They just can't do it.
Shiving, calling signals.
Campbell is
Gives
stopped
it to
at
Campbell, and
0.
Campbell, yeah, he got nothing there.
Campbell stopped for 2 yards.
Oh, they credit him with 2 yards. I don't know.
With the stop.
Looked like 0 to me, but hey.
Second and 8. And 23.
But they
Second and 10 to defer to Bob.
but in real life, it's actually 2nd and 9. They did give him a yard.
Okay, I can live with that. I was going to negotiate that extra yard for you, but you don't need my help.
No.
All
I'll defer.
Let's see how you do when I'm not here for the Milton game. Yeah, then you'll miss me.
Probably.
The handoff to Bester again?
I think it's
No,
stats.
that's Stats going outside, or off tackle rather than up the middle. He got a couple more yards before he got stuffed.
Yeah, took a hit on the tackle. Mitch Hunter on the tackle.
3rd and 5 for the
Monona.
Beavers. Oh, Stats is going to come out. He takes some pretty good shots in this game so far. They're going to bring in number 32, Lawrence Liebert.
All right, well, Reedsburg's got 2 plays to make this 5 yards.
And 5:44 to play in the game.
They've already run over 4 minutes of clock on this drive.
That's exactly what they wanted to do. Now if they can culminate it with a drive, like you said, Silver Eagles are in trouble. Hand off to Campbell.
They got Campbell.
63 with the tackle, 51 also in on it.
That's Nathan Wilcox and Garrett Hansen on the tackle. And they stopped him short.
Brings up 4th and a long 3 yards. Of course they're going for it. This could be the game right here, Bob. I mean, Reedsburg, if they make this, could eat a little more clock. And
they'll lead a lot more
salt this
clock.
one away.
MG needs a stop. Reedsburg taking their time. Under 5 minutes to go in the football game now. Reedsburg up by 8. 4th down and 2.
Shiving.
Oh, he turned the wrong way.
And they're signaling fumble.
Well, they didn't fumble. They stopped him on
Oh,
downs.
it's 4th down. That's right.
Shiving.
So Silver Eagles get the stop.
Shiving turned the wrong way on the handoff and then had to quick run and keep it, and he could not make the first down. A good stand by MG, a big one. And they'll change the ball over to the Silver Eagles with 4:46 to go in the football game. Monona down by 8. Yeah, that was a critical error by Shiving, sophomore quarterback, who's in replacing the injured senior Ethan Lee.
Yeah, that was one of those inexperienced type of mistakes.
But now it's up to Monona Grove. I mean, Reedsburg still got the lead. They're still in the catbird seat.
Yep, Hoyer in the backfield. Snap to Benke, looking to throw right side deep.
That's
Overthrown.
Casey Marin at quarterback again.
Oh, that was Marin in there?
Yep. And he had an open receiver down the sideline and overthrew him.
Well, I'll be dogged. That is Marin.
Yep.
So I'm curious what Coach Beckwith's thinking is with the quarterbacks alternating.
Well, the offense hasn't been moving since the first quarter under Benke, and maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe a change of quarterback lights a fire.
Yeah, he's got Hoyer back in there next to Marin. Snap, Marin looking to throw again. Plenty of time. Right side, has his man. Still on his feet. Still pushing. I think this is Reuter. Close to the first down.
He's running like Cam Reuter, I can tell you that. You bet your boots.
Boy, he worked for that first down. Every bit of that was a struggle. First and 10 as that brings it out to where? Just shy of the 30-yard line?
Yeah, about 29. 13-yard gain on the play. And Reuter's first catch of the game.
Marin looking to throw again. Going right side again. Overthrown.
Cam Reuter double covered on the play and the ball overthrown, and that's just as well because that ball wasn't getting in there.
Second and 10 for the Silver Eagles. 4:12 to play in the game. They trail by 8, 21-13 to the Reedsburg Beavers. Beavers looking to win 2 in a row as they defeated Oregon last week. Silver Eagles hoping to even the record at 1-1 as they did something last week. Marin calling the signals. Hoyer next to him. They give it to Hoyer this time, and Hoyer hit it immediately at the line.
That's Alex Cruiser with the tackle right as he got the ball. There'll be maybe a yard gain on that. And we'll say no. No gain on the play.
No gain. 3rd and 10 for the Silver Eagles. All right, sophomore quarterback Marin still in there. Let's see what he can do on 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Chased out of the pocket. Running to his right. Throws. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Silver Eagles.
Is looking for Oliver Houston on that play. Well defended on the play. No open receivers. Of course, Marin under pressure immediately. The offensive line not giving him the time that he needs. Monona Grove's going to have to punt it away with 3:37 to go in the game.
So Cam Benke will come on to punt. Casey Campbell will drop deep for the Beavers. Well, that's not the drive MG needed. Aside from that one nice run, catch and run by Cam Reuter, they kind of stymied.
They went nowhere.
3:37 and counting back in the game.
Punt.
There's a flag. Nice roll. Put it inside the 35. Campbell takes off across the 40. Dances and falls down.
Oh, thank goodness.
Fell on his back just short of the 40-yard line. But we got a flag here on the left side of the field.
Yeah, that flag was thrown early. I wonder if somebody on Monona Grove's side was downfield too soon. Or maybe there was a hold out here on the gunner.
He's waving his arms off to the side like that. I don't know what that signal is. I wonder if I've got that in my little...
Well, they gave me one here.
Yeah.
I think they waved off the penalty, Steve.
Okay.
Because the ball is at the 40, which is where it ended up. So they would just waved it off.
All right. 1st and 10, Reedsburg.
All right, MG's defense has got to get a 3 and out because they do have all 3 of their timeouts, so that's helpful.
Ball at the Reedsburg 40-yard line.
Only 3:27 left to go in the game. Reedsburg leads this game 21-13.
Backup quarterback Shivink brings him up to the line. Campbell, no Bester with the carry.
Ball's
hit
loose.
hard, the ball's loose.
Loose.
This should be MG.
If MG got
no,
on
I don't know. I think
there's a Reedsburg guy
Reedsburg
right
guy might
there.
have landed on it. Yep, number 8.
Yeah, that's Alex Cruiser who got on the ball, and that was a lifesaver for the Beavers. The MG would have had the ball in excellent field position with 3 minutes to go.
They even picked up 5 yards on the play, and the Silver Eagles call a timeout.
Yeah,
Boy,
they picked up yardage on the fumble.
Yeah.
Campbell was brought down after about a 2-yard gain, but fumbled forward.
3:14 to play. The Silver Eagles still down. And watch as the ball comes loose here. There's Campbell with the carry. And there it's on the floor. And yep, Cruiser just dove on. Oh, the Silver Eagles almost pulled it away from him.
I'll give you
the pile.
I'll give you one guess who knocked that ball loose. You only get one guess.
Dahlhauser.
That's correct.
He has been everywhere.
Yep.
He's playing like there's two of them on the field. They're like the Van Arsdale twins of football.
The Van Arsdale twins. That's pretty good.
You like that,
yeah,
huh?
That's pretty good.
When was the last time you thought of Dick and Tom Van Arsdale?
Oh, my God. I wonder if anybody's listening or watching tonight that has heard of Dick and Tom Van Arsdale besides me.
How about Kim and Carrie Hughes?
Yeah, everybody's heard of them.
All right.
The Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers. The Beavers taking their time. They can let this clock run. Second down. They give the ball to Campbell again, trying to go left side.
And he's going to get outside.
Got the corner, has the first down,
Yep.
has a little running room, and brought down after the first down near the 40-yard line of MG.
We got a Monona Grove Silver Eagle down, and it looks from this vantage point, it's
70.
It's 70 Christian Schilt, okay? Now,
The trainer right out there working on his ankle.
Got his leg up. Hopefully it's just a cramp. About a first down by Casey Campbell. We kind of lost focus there. Campbell tried to take the ball off tackle, bounced outside. There was nobody left out there. They had all crashed down inside, and Campbell's able to get a first down run and running some clock. Tyler Dahlhauser on the tackle downfield, but only after a gain of about 12 yards. And Campbell got the ball a little bit more often this half. It's his 10th carry, only 89 yards.
He's having a good game. He's a very talented player. I'm very impressed by him. The rest of the team runs pretty well too, but Campbell has really outshone the Silver Eagles tonight.
189 yards rushing so far.
Flicked up on his feet and limping off, so that's a good sign.
That was a cramp. The way he was laying on the field, I thought, oh yeah, that's a lower leg cramp.
Been there, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right. Teams trot back out, and we're ready to go. First and 10 from the 43-yard line of MG. Reedsburg hoping to eat up about 3 minutes and 5 seconds here. Bob said the Silver Eagles need a stop here.
3 minutes to go, first and 10. My.
A takeaway would be nice,
It's
wouldn't
coming down to the end here. Oh, it's just
quarterback straight ahead, just a push.
Just a quarterback sneak almost.
And they picked up about 3-4 yards
well,
on
they're
it.
just trying to run clock now. And, yeah, they got a nice push from the middle of the offensive line. Yep. Give them a gain of about 3 yards, or 2 yards on the play. Shivink on the carry.
Second and 8, ball at the 41-yard line.
And Monona Grove uses one of their timeouts to stop the clock with 3:01 to go in the football game. MG down by 8.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I'll give them that. They get the work cut out for them. They really need a turnover here. If they could punch a ball loose, they got a shot here, but I don't know.
Hosting Monroe, 7 o'clock kickoff next Friday.
The Monroe Cheesemakers coming in here. We'll be back on YouTube, on WVMO. I should read another one of these promos.
Yes, you should while we're waiting.
Let's read this one. Be sure to mark your calendar for Dogs Night at this year's final Food Cart Cinema at Winnequa Park in Monona on September 27th. Enjoy a dinner in various food carts around the area and a movie with your furry friend underneath Monona's night sky on September 27th at 6 p.m. Huh. Coach is up here saying loose ball. Appears to be recovered by the Beavers. Bob, would you like to read this one about WVMO?
Would I?
You would.
Oh, okay.
You're part of the station. Another timeout called by the Silver Eagles as we're down to 2:54 on the clock.
Can I start reading now? Or are you going to stop talking? Go! 98.7 WVMO. The Voice of Monona is an award-winning, community-owned, locally programmed, and volunteer-driven radio station. We know that, don't we, Steve? Because we're volunteers. Located in Monona's City Hall. Enjoy a diverse selection of music from jazz to progressive rock. A lot of upbeat stuff, complemented by a base of Americana music. Tune in on FM at 98.7 or listen online by going to mymonona.com and click Listen Now on the top right corner of the page. And frankly, if I was to turn on the radio and listen to WVMO, I would do it every Monday night at 5
Monday
o'clock.
nights at 5. It's my favorite show. That upbeat.
That's my favorite too, Steve.
That's a good one. That guy's got great taste in music, and I learn something every week too. I learn I don't know as much about music as he does. All right. Third down for the Beavers. 3rd and 9. Oh, and we got a jumper.
Early.
We got a jumper.
We got a jumper. Jump.
That's going to help the Silver Eagles, but take another second off the clock.
We got a little mist rolling in over the field here.
Yeah. So that upbeat show at 5 o'clock really is good. I do enjoy that every week. You know what I really liked? That episode with the Stevie Wonder birthday episode. That was a good one. That had me dancing in the car. almost drove off the road.
There was some good music on that one.
The Steve Martinelli tribute was one of my favorites. Smack dab in the middle.
That little Joe Williams that night?
Yeah, that was sweet. Big Joe Williams, not little Joe Williams.
All right, 3rd down and 14, 2:53
so I can
to
rock
go.
And roll to satisfy my soul. Timeout, Reedsburg.
And a little bit of Leon, I think, that night.
Yep, played some Van Morrison.
That's right.
That was a great night.
Man, that DJ
tune.
was on a roll that night.
That guy can play. He reminds me of somebody.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yep. Somebody's evil doppelganger.
Evil doppelganger is right.
Which one's evil, though, Steve? Which one's the evil one?
Oh, can't they both be evil doppelgangers? One of them's evil, the other's ugly. How's that?
Ouch.
Well, that's the way I usually tell Cindy's sisters apart.
Oh, man. Wow.
I used to tease the twins all the time.
Oh, God.
One was mean.
Yeah,
the
but you
other was
didn't
ugly.
say it on the air, you doughhead.
Oh, I probably have. It's been a long time I've been doing that.
Oh, heavens to
No,
Murgatroyd.
they're not bad. One of her sisters came with us last weekend to the Parkinson's walk and helped us raise.
Which one, the evil one or the ugly one?
The
Jeez.
Donna one.
Oh, my.
All right. 3rd and 14 for the Beavers. See if we're finally ready to go here. The pitch to Campbell. Campbell with some running room.
Oh,
has some speed.
got it.
Tripped up.
He's got the first down, though.
Yeah, he's got the first down.
Wow.
Boy, he is quick.
Wow, a clutch 15-yard run on a simple pitch.
And he slipped a tackle at the end there. He might have scored if not for that one.
And that going to make it pretty tough for MG to come back. All their timeouts used up. We're at 2:46 to go in the game, playing against a team that all they do is run the ball and run the clock.
And that takes a lot of clock to run the way they do.
Tyler Dahlhauser on the tackle, knocked the ball loose, but it went out of bounds. 15-yard pickup on the play.
Tell you, Tyler doesn't make that play, though, and the game is over. I mean, Campbell's in the end zone, I think.
Let's just see what the referees have marked this ball. Looks like they may have replayed it. They may have marked this short.
They're going to run the replay again here for us.
Let's see where the ball goes out. He did knock the ball loose.
And there's Dahlhauser coming in.
And they measured it, and it did give him the first down. I thought he had it, but when Dahlhauser knocked the ball loose, he was reaching forward for the sticks. But they measured and got the first down, a 14-yard gain on the play, and that puts Campbell over 100 yards for the night, and that was a clutch run by Casey Campbell.
Ball at the 33-yard line to Monona Grove. Yeah, just a matter of Reedsburg not turning it over now. I think they can run enough time off here. If they get a first down, that's pretty much going to do it.
Yeah, Reedsburg's had pretty good luck running the ball to the left tonight.
That's because they've got Campbell on the right side. Now they come right side with Bester. Bester with some running room. Takes a good shot at near the 25-yard line. Bester's had a decent game, hasn't he? I mean, he's racking up some yards.
He's had a serviceable game. A 7-yard gain there puts him over 50 for the night. 11 carries, 52 yards.
That's the thing. They spread it around, and in studying up on the flex bone, that's one of the things they say. They share the running with a lot of different guys, so you don't know which direction it's coming from.
And they don't have a featured back, so, supposedly they don't have anybody that gets terribly beat up during the game, except the fullback.
Stotts is taking a real beating this game. Now Schvink pushes ahead again.
It's going for the first down. I don't think he got there.
It's going to be 3rd and short.
But MG cannot stop the clock.
Yeah, we're under 2 minutes to play and trailing by 8. It's looking mighty grim for the good guys.
It really is. Like I said, the last 0-2 start for Monona Grove was in 2007. They started that year 0-4 and ended up making the playoffs as they went 4-2 in conference and unfortunately lost in the first round of the playoffs. That was when they started with Sauk Prairie. They lost to Elkhorn on the road. Then they lost, God, who was it?
We went down to Elkhorn for that game, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think we went down there and saw your buddy Rory.
Oh, no, they didn't. They lost to Elkhorn up here by 1 point.
Bester again. Bester, that's got to be a first down, isn't it?
It is, and that's the game. They only needed 2 yards. Bester busts through for about 10. And let's see if they'll just even bother doing anything but taking a knee. First down with 1:14. MG cannot stop the clock.
So kneel a couple times and we're done here.
Yep. Gain of about 10 on the play by Bester.
The ball at the 13.
Well, the MG defense has to be fatigued. They spent most of the second half on the field. The MG offense could get nothing going in the second half. And probably, I didn't count them, but probably were only able to run off about 2 or 3 first downs the whole half.
They are in the victory formation. Quarterback Scheivink will kneel down.
They'll snap it one more time, and then that'll be the game, Steve. A loss by Monona Grove.
Tragic that the Silver Eagles started 0-2 because it's not going to be an easy road the rest of the way for them. They should beat Monroe, but the week after that against Milton is going to be a tough one.
And I don't think Monona Grove's had a home loss since the third-level playoff game in 2017.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember who the heck they lost to in that game. Oh, that was Waukesha. Waukesha West came up here and beat them 28-7 in that game.
Well, that does it as the clock runs down the final seconds. The Silver Eagles dropping to 0-2 in the start of the new season. 21-13, they lose to the Reedsburg Beavers. Bob and I appreciate you listening to us and tolerating us.
Thanks to the MGAV Club for the pictures, and thanks to Ron Schott for running the board for us back at the studio. Sorry we don't have better news for you folks tonight.
But we did give you a good tip. Monday nights, 5 o'clock, WVMO. BFB does a great show. Graphics for the conference games coming up shortly. Hold on.
Good. We're going to have some
update
scores.
You on some scores here. Maybe we'll get them all in.
All right, let's get the scores. We'll get the scores, and then, Ron, we're going to kick it back to you back at the studio. And here they come.
David, you lied to us.
No, it's a new guy on the grass.
Oh, sure. Blame
it's
the
not
new
David's
guy.
fault. Yeah.
He's
not a new guy. That's right.
Football, yes, he is.
Oh, sure. He was there for softball, and we didn't have any problems like this.
Sorry, Ronnie. I know we're making you wait a little longer than we had planned.
Well, the Silver Eagles valiantly fought, but couldn't pull one out against the Beavers as they go to 0-2. The conference season starts next week against the Cheesemakers and the Monroe Redhawks.
We'll see you back here next week. Ron, we're going to call it good night for you. And if the scores come up, they can look at it on YouTube. There they come. Wanakee ends up bumping Stoughton.
Wanakee 49 over Stoughton 20.
Sauk Prairie only up by a single touchdown against
DeForest beating Fort Atkinson 61 to nothing.
I don't even like to see that. But anyway, so there's our scores. Thanks a lot. Back at the studio, Ron. 21-13 loss for Monona Grove tonight. Join us next week, Friday, same bad time, same bad channel. And hopefully a win against the stinking Monroe Cheesemakers. Thanks for coming.
Good night,
everybody.
For listening.